Did that just happen? What?
Oh, hey, you.
Yeah. What? Did that just, what's going on here? Is this real life?
Again?
What is going on here? Oh my God. Oh, we got a lot to talk about. I thought Steve Kerr was the ATO king, but they couldn't get an inbound pass to seal a game. I thought GP2 was supposed to be one of this team's best defenders. Why was he not in the game for that final possession with the Warriors up by 1? Oh boy. Oh boy. I was really feeling good there for a second. Let's be miserable together. We're powered by FanDuel.
Let's go.
That was one of the most shocking finishes to a game I've ever seen. How's the chat doing? KAI Kai in her chat. Why is Healed always there to close the game? Look, there was the Warriors, first of all, if you missed the game entirely, you missed a roller coaster of NBA basketball. Warriors scored 10 first quarter points. They were getting killed. And then the third quarter happens. They outscore Philly 32-24. Yes. And the progress continues into the fourth quarter. They won that fourth quarter 32-19. But what I'm going to focus on here is, and I'm going to find this exact moment in the game, because there was one very specific moment in this game where I thought Steve Kerr, of all the blunders he does, made maybe his biggest. It was at the no, it wasn't at the 5:34 mark. De'Anthony Melton was on a minute restriction. Why Buddy Hield came in for him? That's a good question. But the specific substitution was at 1:12. With a minute 12 remaining in this game, the Golden State Warriors led 98-94. This game was done. Warriors had momentum. They had control. Philly was floundering. And then with a minute 12 remaining, for inexplicable reasons, Steve Kerr makes a substitution. They were up by 4 at this point. And Steve Kerr makes a substitution. Am I blinking too fast? Maybe I should just freeze my blinking. Why would you make a substitution? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Very simple premise. If you think insanity, let me rephrase that. If you think the insane are running the asylum, I'm not pushing back on that. But you're up by 4, 98-94, with a minute 12 remaining. You have momentum. Game is in the bag. And Kerr pulls out Will Richard. Why? Why? Oh my God. Steve Kerr.
You are not
serious people.
Next, Fiesta wants to know, how do they get up by 4? Because, again, a surge that started in the third quarter that carried over to the fourth quarter. You want to know how the Warriors came back in this game? They ditched the small ball bullshit. They implemented traditional lineups. If you can call Jonathan Kuminga the 4 a traditional lineup, but still, it's far closer to a semblance of normality than Kuminga at the 5, which we've seen this year. And then Guy Santos comes out of nowhere and has an unbelievable fourth quarter, playing alongside Quinton Post. Again, normalcy. An actual 4, an actual 5. You had Pat Spencer and De'Anthony Melton, who's comfortable playing the 2. Pat, by the way, had a fantastic night, except for the very end when he forgot how to inbound a basketball. But I'm not putting this on him. This is, oh my God. And yes, next Fiesta. Look, De'Anthony Melton is going to get his flowers tonight, because if there was a bright side to this game, and there's a couple, chief among them, De'Anthony Melton. Welcome back. De'Anthony Melton is awesome. De'Anthony Melton also, I thought, got heavily fouled on the final possession of the game when he floated up what should have been a game-winning layup that was blocked. But in case you missed that final possession, Melton got clobbered. No foul. Yeah, Melton was awesome. But you don't find me speechless much, friend. But I'm speechless. G4M is saying that you're glad they lost. If you don't mind elaborating on the why of that. This was not a good loss. It's a good loss if leadership learns from their mistakes, but I have zero faith that the coaching staff learns anything ever. And if you're going to look at silver linings, maybe optimistically the coaching staff is realizing Brandon Podziemski ain't it. At least not for heavy minutes, not for a key role. But do you think they're going to learn from that? Laura Doan, I missed you on this program. One of my faves, just favorite people on the planet, saying no moral victories. You're absolutely right. Dude, very disappointing. Absolutely right. Shyam, Buddy Hield and Podziemski need to be traded. Absolutely right. Kev F, just one bad game for Podziemski. We're going to see 40 minutes next game. You're probably right. Evan Pascal is saying it's a good loss because Steve Kerr finally played 2 bigs. Yeah. Do you think he's going to learn from that? Yeah, exactly. You wrote that. Oh, my God, man. That was crazy. I'll open it up for the chat in just a second. I want to God damn it, man. That one stung. The Warriors were trailing after one quarter, 30 to 10. The Warriors had just 10 first quarter points, an NBA low this year in points in a quarter. They started to right the ship in the second quarter. They only got outscored by 2, 26-24, but they still trailed at the half by 22 points. And then the second half was a whole different story. But for it to end like that, oh my God. Wow. The Warriors are now a game below 500. Oh, could you imagine this Warriors team if they had a competent head coach? I mean, I'm not saying that facetiously. I'm being dead serious. If Terry Stotts took over for Steve Kerr tomorrow, this team is legit. They're badass. 2 average gamers for the win. Thank you for becoming a Golden Dazer. Appreciate you. Brooklyn Opinion dropping $1.99. saying, I knew Draymond Green was not going to finish this game with Stephen Curry out. Draymond Green suffering a rolled ankle. When did he do that? Was that a second quarter, third quarter, or somewhere in that span? Did not hurt the team incredibly. I'm flabbergasted. Nick the Greek, good to see you, man. Where have you been? Writing that the Warriors want to fail. This is we got conspiracy theories already coming in. Joe's wanted to reboot for a long time, but there's better ways to reboot than intentionally collapsing. I can't sit here and definitively tell you you're wrong. I can't prove you wrong on that. Tuck 600. Before you start pointing a finger at Kuminga and Moody, do not forget that Moses Moody single-handedly brought this team back in the second quarter, being the only player who could score. Jonathan Kuminga actually had a good game. It was far from perfect, don't get me wrong, but don't pretend net rating is a real thing, okay? Because I haven't even looked at the box score yet, and something tells me Kuminga's net rating will not look good because he did not play in the fourth quarter, and his first half minutes, he literally was surrounded. There was a lineup where he was literally surrounded by GP2, Buddy Hield. I think it was Quinn Post and Pat Spencer. And so the Sixers just immediately shifted their defense on Kuminga. Because none of those other guys, look, those other guys are decent, but they're not playmakers. They're not legitimate threats. And Kuminga is. So when he's surrounded by just 4 role players, you're going to see his net rating tank. But Kuminga also had a lot of tremendous plays, and do not mistake what he did in the third quarter as not being instrumental to this team coming back. Player of the game, brought to you by FanDuel. It's got to be De'Anthony Melton. First game back with the Golden State Warriors since the beginning of last year. One of the key reasons why this team came back. If he wasn't on a minutes restriction, he would have stayed in this game till the end, and who knows if that seals it. And the reason why I say this team, if they had a different coach, would be amazing is because this team has the roster to do amazing things, starting with a player like De'Anthony Melton, who should be your 1, who should be your point guard. He should not be your 2. I personally stomach him playing the 2 because it's better than the alternative, and Melton ain't bitching about it. But he's not a 2. He's a 1. You surround a guy like Melton with big athletic dudes. Melton was awesome. He's our player of the game. His stat line tonight, 14 points. Actually had 4 free throw attempts. Him and Pat Spencer were the only ones consistently getting to the line. They both were 4 of 4 from the free throw line. 3 assists and a rebound and 2 steals for De'Anthony Melton, our player of the game. Welcome back. And he represents easily, in my book, the silver lining of this game and the future of the Warriors. Is he's badass. Dude hasn't played in well over a year, and that was his first game. And then you have Hamza Kasim. Hamza Kasim. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Asking what my opinion is on Brandon Pajemski. Are we going there already with pods? He had an awful night. Dude should not be playing real minutes on this team. Just should not. This team has like 9 guards. Pajemski is not top 5, top 7. He's one of the worst guards on this team. He might be the worst player on this team. And that's not necessarily a diss to Pajemski. It's just the team is actually that deep. But Kerr keeps playing the worst players all the time, and this program is the only one that brings it up. It's the only one that keeps mentioning it. Pajemski tonight started the game 0 of 5 from deep. He finished the game 0 of 5 from deep. All 5 of those 3-point attempts that bricked were in the opening quarter. Part of the reason why the Warriors only scored 10 points in that opening quarter. I'm in shock. I'm going to post a link right now. I need company. This is brutal. And look, if you don't want to come on, I get it. Because if you're just in a state of just flummox like I am, that was crazy. We're going to play sound if it comes down. The Warriors are on the road, so sound bites become a lot harder to come by. Julian Bashir, you're up first. I always go chronologically. I need to update my graphic as well. Rick Barry, the Hall of Famer, is not here today. That was a great show yesterday, by the way. Julian, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I don't know how to answer that right now. That was just an unreal game. One of the craziest I've ever seen. Yeah. Not in a good way either. Just
I think karma came back at the end. Basketball gods, and I think that Steve Kerr's decisions. We really didn't deserve to win the game, and you've already pointed out one of the things. Like we were on a roll, and then he makes an inexplicable substitution. He put Will Richard in. Who did he put it in for?
Well, he brought You mean which substitution? There were two of them. Which one are you talking about?
Yeah, in the fourth, we were on a roll, and then he brought in Will Richard for somebody.
It was for Melton. Yeah. Which again, logically, okay, it makes some sense, but why? It was unnecessary. Why disrupt the rhythm like that? Steve Kerr at the 112 mark with the Warriors leading by 4 for no good reason just takes Will Richard out and brings Melton in.
Do you know what's going on with Moody the last 2 games? Because I feel that Kerr is punishing him for something, because to me, I think he had a good game today, but he didn't play in the fourth. I don't know what's going on with there.
Moses Moody had 14 points. Mm-hmm. The second quarter, and I want to pull up his second quarter numbers because I thought that is where he shined the most. He had 8 second quarter points, almost single-handedly brought the team back into this game, finished the night 2 of 5 from deep, 14 points. Why he played a whopping total in the second half.
He didn't play in the fourth at all, right?
He played 9 minutes, 49 seconds in the second half. He played 2 minutes, 48 seconds in the fourth quarter, got subbed out. We never saw him again. Mm-hmm. Jonathan Kuminga for the second game in a row, 0 fourth quarter minutes. Don't understand that when you consider that in the third quarter, he was one of the key reasons why this team was even in it. I mean, I don't. Look, Guy Santos made the 0 fourth quarter Kuminga minutes easy to stomach. Yeah, because Guy Santos was amazing, and if you watch this so regularly, you've been hearing me nonstop advocate for more Guy Santos minutes. We finally got those in the second half of this game. Santos came in. I don't know if he got any third quarter minutes. Let me say real fast here. Guy Santos.
I think the first time we saw him was in the start of the fourth.
Correct. You are correct. And Guy Santos ended up playing 11 minutes and 39 seconds of the fourth quarter. He was fantastic. Yeah. So at least they had somebody who brought some size to the table. But
and I feel that the fact that we're seeing players in the fourth that we didn't see, and I say that karma got us at the end, because I don't think Kerr was actually trying to win this game. He just said, okay, let me just see what put in the garbage unit, Guy and other places, and they played really hard, and they caught back in the game. But I don't think he was trying to win in the game. And then we got the lead, and so he's okay. Let me call a few timeouts. Couldn't get the ball inbounds, which was BS. But that's just how karma works. I'm going to try to steer away from talking about Kuminga, because I always do. I would say a positive.
Why do you steer away from that?
Because it's a dead horse. So either you get it or you don't get it, and it boils down to this:
the moot point.
If the coach, he's not being coached in the right spots, and he's playing with the wrong people. I will say this because I want to talk about Melton. Melton with Kuminga, I saw a play today, and I posted in the chat. Melton tells players what to do when he's out there.
He's a leader.
Similar to Chris Paul. So he pointed at Kuminga. He said, come here and give me a pick. He gave him the pick. Melton went down the lane. He shot a shot. He missed it. But since Kuminga was already in the middle of the lane as he should be on that pick and roll, that's when you saw him get that put back dunk. That was pretty monstrous, and he was pretty far out.
How crazy was that dunk, by the way?
Yeah.
And that dunk, like that was just beast mode, like grown man type shit.
And he was really far out
too. That, and what I think to myself is, how does a head coach not figure out a way to maximize that, to utilize that?
And
you have this athletic freak on your team who does not have the low IQ that all these haters of his like to say. And of course, that's a subjective take. Very little objectivity when it comes to the Kuminga hate. It's just literally echoing like Steve Kerr doesn't like him. I don't like him. That's the line of logic here. And it's insane, dude. And he had another huge one as well. There was a play, I think in the third quarter, where Kuminga set Quentin Post up for a wide open three-pointer. Kuminga had a chance to shoot his own wide open three. Side note, Kuminga was 1 of 3 from deep tonight. 33%, you live with that. That's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad either, because 33% from 3 equals 50% from 2, as the great Rick Barry loves to repeat for good reason. And so Kuminga finds Quentin Post for a wide open 3. Post bricks it, but Moses Moody grabs a tough offensive rebound and finds Kuminga, who did not give up on the play, for another monstrous slam. And all I can think of is, if you're Steve Kerr, how are you not utilizing that? Yeah. How have you not figured out in year 5 how to make that a weapon for your arsenal and not a piece that you begrudgingly play?
Yeah. And it's
ludicrous.
Yeah, there's someone in the chat, Solale 3Gs. He says, JK was terrible, but the code is brain dead. Now, when I try to speak to people such as him, it's not a cult. And what I'm saying is that you're not.
Do you know what time that was? That's always the best way.
9:53. 9:53. Right, yeah, like a little bit up. So what we're saying is that JK, when he's, first of all, he shouldn't be playing power forward or center. And if you notice, when he's in the offense, he's never thrown the ball in the post, and it's always swing around the perimeter, which is, he shouldn't be doing that either as far as waiting for the ball. And when he finally gets the ball late in the shot clock, and you're right, and the people that are, criticizing him, Kuminga is one of the few players that when he gets the ball, the entire team, the opposite team, their defense shifts. They all focus on him. So when you see him turn the ball over and you see someone say like Pat Spencer that's able to drive the lane, because no one collapses the defense for Pat Spencer. So he's able to get a layup. When Kuminga catches the ball in the post with like, say, 5 seconds left, they collapse it. And either he'll try to do something, force it into the paint, or he'll try to do a turnaround jump shot. Is because he'll be playing with Pods, who never looks for him throughout the 24 shot clock. And then when Pods like does his jump stop or he passes someone in the corner, it's all like basketball is a game of rhythm, and it's always just this one-sided type of clutter on one end. And then Steve Kerr's probably going to blame Kuminga as far as, he doesn't space the floor. No, we don't have good point guards out there, and that's what I'm saying. Whenever Pat Spencer's running the team, Melton tonight, when he ran the team, you saw a difference. And the difference is peripheral vision and understanding where to pass the ball and who to get it. And also being a leader out there and pointing like, hey, you need to come to me and do this. And that's the thing. Kuminga's not a I said something like, when Kawhi Leonard was on the Spurs and winning his first championship, he was never asked, hey, here's the ball into a corner baseline, go make a move. No, it was like open jump shots and easy passes. It was just very strategic basketball. We're not asking Kuminga to play strategically. We're asking him to do something that's not ran for him and be cluttered, and then he had a few turnovers, or his game sucks, or he doesn't have a good field goal percentage. When he's playing in a system, when Kerr says, okay, I give up, and here you are 30 minutes, he's always consistently shot like over 50%, 54%, I think, his first 3 years.
And by the way, I was mistaken. Kuminga was 1 for 2 from deep tonight. That's 50% as well. Funk Farm in the chat dropping $2 saying Kuminga was all smiles after the game, indicating he's done. I think he's just laughing at the mockery of this. And at times he does look checked out, because I think he's had his fill of this head coach who just has no effing clue what he's doing. I see this ridiculous chat, and Salil, come on the show. Let's talk about it. I know you won't. Every single one of you folks out there who hate on this kid, Jonathan Kuminga, never want to vocally espouse this, never want to come on the show and actually have discourse about this. You're all just keyboard warriors cowering in your mommy's basement, typing these things because the only thing you can think of is, what does Kerr think? I'm going to repeat that. That's the extent of your acumen when it comes to basketball. And that's sad. You'd be better off just shutting up with basketball opinions instead of saying dumb shit like that. Come on the show. Defend yourself. Instead of the keyboard warrior shit. Here's why I'm not going to rip Kuminga tonight. He was 7th on the team in minutes. 7th. So how did he have a huge role in this game in terms of bringing the team down? He did not even play in the fourth quarter. Why are we even talking about him? Why is he even a discussion point right now?
Well, let's talk about the first quarter and that
What's going on here?
And why we only scored 10 points in the first quarter. That's because we did not have a point guard that can run the show. And no one could hit anything. Horford, I hope that he's traded and then he retires or gets some kind of buyout, because he was shooting the ball as if Kerr told him, hey, you can shoot anytime you want, green light, go right ahead. I think he was 1 for 7 from 3, and I'm pretty sure Kerr's going to say they had a great basketball game positionally. But it's clear that there's so many players that, like, Gee should be getting all of those guard power forward minutes. Like, Moody played power forward most of the time that he was out there. Will Richards playing small forward. That shouldn't happen. Gee, if you give him 20 minutes, lower Buddy Hield. I don't understand what I wish a journalist would ask. What are you seeing in Buddy Hield that back-to-back games?
None of those people, real quick, Julian, none of those people are journalists. That word needs to be applied to people who actually seek the truth, who actually try to be a voice for the voiceless, who try to hold truth to power. None of these people covering the Warriors do anything like that. They're not journalists. They're propagandists. They're people who are self-preservationists, meaning all they care about is their own professional careers and not the job. And the problem extends to the editors hiring these people. The SF Chronicle has an awful sports editor, side note. Like she is just, it's insane she even has her job. Like, she's not qualified for that gig, but she's the one making calls as an example of one of many news organizations who hires these people who end up getting votes for like awards and stuff. You also have ignoramuses like Tuck 600 saying Kuminga didn't play because he's trash. What's hard to understand? Hey, Tuck, you have a voice. You can come on the show and actually talk about it. How is that not hard to understand? Now go ask for your mom's meatloaf and go hide back in the basement. Mom, where's the meatloaf? That's what I picture every single one of these people. Just living in their pajamas, middle-aged, in mom's basement, yelling for the meatloaf. That's Tuck for you there.
Well, speaking of people that, they didn't play because they're trash, I'm looking at Buddy Hield's last 4 games. Against the Rockets, he plays 15 minutes. He is 0% from 3. Then he gets 2 more minutes the next game and shoots 28% from 3. Then that boosts up to 28 minutes versus the Thunder and shoots 22% from 3. And tonight he gets 26 and shoots 28% from 3. His field goal percentage of 50% tonight is bullshit because a lot of those layups were just things that fell into his hand. But so if we say that, if someone's trash, that's why they didn't play. Why is Buddy Hield's minutes increasing game by game? It doesn't make sense. So that argument is just foolish. And so we have a
lot of people waiting. Any final thoughts? I don't mean to cut you off, but I don't want to.
Last thing I'll say, because I saw a last comment. Someone says JK needs to improve his handles. If he had terrible handles, he wouldn't be asked to bring the ball up court every single time. If you notice, and if JK isn't a good ball handler, then why is Steve Kerr asking him to bring the ball up the court and run the offense? So if he is a bad ball handler, then the coach, again, like I keep saying, is not putting him in the proper position to succeed. And if he's a terrible ball handler, or the other argument would be like, okay, well, why is he doing it in the first place? So it's either yay or nay. I think he's an adequate ball handler. I don't think he should be bringing up the ball up the court as much as he is, but he's not being put in position so someone exposes and see, oh, he's not handling the ball pretty well. We have 4 guards out there. Why is he the one bringing the ball up the court? It makes no sense, but that's all I say.
Julian, you were fantastic. And look, I'm not sitting here saying Jonathan Kuminga is an elite ball handler, but he's not a bad ball handler either. He's fine. And look, you know how he can improve that? Play minutes, but he never gets it. 7th on the team. Sachin, welcome to the program.
So sorry.
Sachin, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
What's going on?
I mean, it's been like probably a while since I watched this team.
Why?
Well, I mean, it's just kind of hard to watch this team, especially without Steph or Jimmy. Just being a fan.
You know what makes it easier to watch is when players like Melton, like Seth Curry, like Kuminga, like the Will Richard. There are players on this team that are actually watchable and entertaining. Now Steve Kerr would disagree with that sentiment because Sachin, real quick, well, I have someone else to exchange an idea with. The GP2 minutes are routinely inexplicable to me. Like they make borderline no damn sense. He looks fine when you're playing lesser opposition. Other teams that are also playing small ball. Suddenly at 6'2", he doesn't look as bad out there. Tonight, very early on, he got pulled. And GP2 played tonight a whopping total of 3 minutes and 22 seconds. And I think all but, or maybe all of them, were in the first half. Just to confirm that, or in the first quarter even, just to confirm real quick whether or not they were. GP2, all 3 minutes, 22 seconds in the first quarter. He had 1 assist, and that's his entire box score. My question to you, Sachin, and I'm not pretending you're an expert on this or know the answer. I'm just bouncing an idea off someone so everyone else can hear it. GP2 some nights will get 25 minutes. GP2 some nights Steve Kerr looks at as one of his best players. GP2 oftentimes will come into games at the end of quarters and halves as a defensive specialist. Why was he not in the game tonight for that final possession?
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but it makes no sense because that's his whole entire. That's the reason he's in the league, really.
So just take a wild guess. Why do you think GP2 was not playing in that final possession? Warriors leading by 1. They have to get a defensive stop. GP2 is supposed to be one of your best defensive players. Why was he not in the game?
Well, because he's not good. He's not a good defender anymore. In my opinion.
So then why is he other nights getting 25 minutes?
For Steve Kerr, man. It's just his guy. I mean, that's the only reason. I think Steve Kerr still thinks GP2 is a 2022 GP2. But I mean, it's not 2022 anymore, man. Like, he's lost a step defensively, and I mean, he's always been small. He can't really finish over defenders like he used to at a consistent level. So for me, I mean, I don't think he should play that much. And tonight, I mean, 3 minutes. For me, that's probably 3 minutes too much.
Agreed.
DNP.
Sachin, let me know what you think about this sentiment. Buddy Hield, Gary Payton II, Brandon Pajemski. Those 3 should be at the very end of the bench.
Agreed, and especially because Seth Curry's. I mean, tonight he didn't score, but I know against OKC he played pretty well. He can create off the dribble, which is something none of those guys can do. Especially Pods. Like I'm done with Pods, man. Like it's just rough, and I don't blame him because I don't think he's like supposed to be a starter in the league. Like he really shouldn't. And Steve Kerr keeps playing him. Like if he is, he should get 30+ minutes according to Steve Kerr. Oh, he can't make like a bad play. He's a liability on defense. So you can't say he's on the floor because of defense. He can't create a shot. He pump fakes probably 1,000 times a game, just kicks it out and lets other shooters it's the end of the shot clock and they have to chuck up some 3 or something. Like, it's just bad offense, man. It's just tough to watch. I don't think he should play. Pat Spencer should take every one of his minutes, in my opinion. Because I mean, the guy can actually play. Like, he plays hard. He can create. He can actually dribble and penetrate and kick it out to a shooter or something. So it makes no sense why this guy plays. It's just hard to watch him. But at this point, I don't think Steve Kerr understands basketball at this point, man. Because
I'm not going to go that level. But what I think, and I feel very strongly about this opinion is, I don't think he has a good feel for the game in terms of rotational decisions. Meaning, I don't think he has a good feel in real time at the moment for who should be playing when. That's a massive flaw, and that problem used to be resolved for him with rosters that were easy in terms of a coach to figure that out. But when the impetus is on Kerr to figure out the right matchups and right combinations, it's a huge chink in his armor. And unfortunately for a head coach, that's a huge part of the job. And now we're seeing that exposed. It's very unfortunate, I think.
Yeah, true. And I think.
How are you doing? By the way, Shreya's in the house. Shreya, how are you doing? Good to see you.
Good.
Nice. Sachin, any final thoughts? Because there's a lot of people waiting. I just want to give everyone a voice.
Yeah, and I mean, I know a lot of people blame Steve Kerr, and I agree with them. But I think also the way this roster is built with the amount of guards we have, that we just got to trade some away, and just get some size, especially in the front court. Because I think, Steve Kerr rolls out these 4-guard lineups, and it's like we have so many guards on the team, right? So like if we know he's gonna play these amount of 4-guard lineups, then we got to trade some of them so he can't play them, I think that's the only way you can stop him. Just take away the ability to do that. You know what I mean? So
Paul Thompson in the chat saying my beard is growing grayer, and the reason why I highlight that, and look, it's not stress from Warriors basketball. It's called aging. But I bring it up. I highlight this because it's been so long since, or not since. It's been so long now that this has been an issue. Like it's been I was thinking about how long it's been since I started to actually begin criticizing Steve Kerr and the rotational decisions. And it goes back to the beginning of 2023. We're approaching 3 years of this shit. 3 years. So yeah, my beard's going to gray regardless, but it's also a long ass time that we as observers of the Warriors, fans of the Warriors, have been dealing with this shit. It's insanity. I really hope Joe Lacob steps in. Somebody needs to put Kerr in check. Like there needs to be a level of accountability, and unfortunately I never see it. Sachin, I want to wrap it up. Any final thoughts before Sharia takes over for a bit here?
No, I'm good, man.
It was good to hear from you though. I forgot where you are. You're in the Bay Area, right?
No, I'm here in near LA.
Oh, SoCal. Okay, what part of SoCal?
I'm in Aliso, so Orange County.
Oh, that's right. It's been a while. All right, man. Well, the OC is beautiful. At least you can enjoy some nice weather after a game like this.
Yeah, I will, man.
Good to hear from you, Sachin. Sharia, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Like I said, I don't find myself speechless often. I don't find myself in shock like this often. That was what a game for all the wrong reasons. I mean, I'm the type of person who, when my team loses, I'd rather they get blown out than lose like that. That's some gut wrenching shit. What was your reaction? Great to see you, by the way.
Well, you too. I was at work, so I was kind of watching the beginning of the game, but I didn't have sound on, and then I got off early. I came home and got the second half. The rotations. Again, the rotations, it's the rotations. I know a lot of people say we have a lot of guards. We do have a lot of guards, and I know a lot of people say we need big men. Well, we're not getting them, okay?
Yeah.
We're not getting them. So stop saying it. It's not happening. We have to work with what we have, and what we have is a lot of guards, and we just got to make it work. The problem is the rotations. It's the rotations, and I also want to know, how can everybody else cut to the basket, but it's like he won't allow Kuminga to cut to the basket? Because to me, he plays unsure. It's like he plays like, I want to do the right thing, but I want to make sure that I'm in the right position. I don't want to get pulled out. So he looks unsure a lot of times when everyone else doesn't look unsure. And then you have people saying that he's mid. Anyone that has played the game, has watched him from the beginning, knows he's not mid. It's so obvious and so blatant that he is put in a box compared to everybody else. Why? I don't know. But it's clear that he's put in a box. And
it's because he spoke out against Kerr, Sharia. It really is that simple.
And then you've got a brother right here that's on Bay Area Sports after the game doing commentary. I don't know his name. He's got glasses. He's to the left of Fezzi. He's speaking the truth, so we probably won't see him again.
Skinnier or chubbier?
Slim guy, not the one on the
left.
That's
Rod Brooks. Yeah.
So
who, side note, does not know a thing about basketball. I don't think he's ever played the game in his life.
Well,
but he stands like 6'7". He's a tall, skinny dude.
Yeah. Well,
you're liking what he's saying?
Rob is saying this is what happens when you play the right players. So we probably won't see Rob no more because he's saying it. He's very hype about it. Everyone else is quiet on the panel. So we probably won't see Rob. Rob's telling us, he's speaking the truth because he's frustrated like the rest of us.
And by the way, P Dub in the chat insinuating that I love JK. It has nothing to do with that. Do I think Kuminga has potential? Absolutely. But
how old are these people saying
this
that?
is a bigger picture issue about how the young players are handled. Like the way Will Richard is being handled, I think is criminal. Like Will Richard should have finished this game, plain and simple. Like the fourth quarter run, like he was a part of that. Guy Santos, another youngster who was a part of that, who I love and think he should be playing more than just random fourth quarter minutes when Kerr's desperate. He should be a part of this. You look at the Warriors 14-man roster, and the end of it, Sheree, I don't know if you agree with me or not on this. In my opinion, should be Pajemski, should be GP2, should be Buddy Hield. Those should be your final three players. Yet when you look at the minutes in a game and who gets the most to least, the order does not jive with the reality of talent on this team. That's my point. And if you don't see that, I don't know how else to articulate this. I really believe most of these people are just either massive Steve Kerr fans, and whether that's because of the affiliation with Stephen Curry and so forth, or maybe the more realistic reason for why so many people have this vitriol against Jonathan Kuminga and why so many people are Steve Kerr apologists. It's because of human nature, an ugly part of human nature, which is people not wanting to admit that they're wrong. And these are people who have been advocating, fighting, pretending that Steve Kerr's some genius, and now they have to either admit they're wrong or they're going to go down fighting till the very end. And that's my theory for why so many people are animated with passion when it comes to Steve Kerr. That's just my take. I don't know.
Well, I don't know why they're so stupid. Because if you've been watching this goddamn team for 3 years, you would know the last 3 years at least, you'll know it's him. You'll know it's him. It's so clear. And that's part of the aggravation. It's like, okay, we're the Warriors fan base, but then you got so many people in the fan base that don't know shit about basketball
100%
or have
agree.
never played. Even if you haven't played and you understand the game somewhat, you can watch it and see it clearly. The rotations are like a joke. We all know it. So those people, you have to ignore them. You have to ignore them.
So much easier said than done. You're right. You're basically saying ignore the bait. And that's a never-ending thing I'm working on. I'm not perfect.
Like,
you
gotta. I get it because you're passionate about it. I'm passionate about it too. But it's like when you see Kuminga's ass, you gotta scroll past that because we already know Kuminga is not that.
I hear you.
Know?
And there's that fine line as well. Like you don't want to ever give the impression you're like hiding from these people or you don't want to address the comment. But you're absolutely right. So much of it is bait. Real Elise does not come in with bait. He's got some legitimate takes. He's got his own YouTube channel. Were you broadcasting tonight during the game? You're muted, or we can't hear you for some reason.
Oh, my bad. Salute, Cy. Hey, Sheree, how you doing?
Hi,
So
how you
it's
doing?
refreshing to hear, you know what I'm saying? You talked about the game. I respect your basketball acumen. And you too, Cy,
Thank you. Right back at you.
Bring the comedic relief, but I did stream the game. I didn't do a post game. I was so disgusted. I just had to end normally I do a post game, but I had to end it. Like, I'm not doing no more Warrior games. It's hard for me to do games because of the circus. It's a circus with Steve Kerr. It's clear that Steve Kerr doesn't know how to coach. And I said this 15 years ago when he first took the job, because he was about to take the next job. But he knew this roster is suspect. So it's the same situation that they had Steve Nash in. You know what I'm saying? Steve Nash, being a former player, they just threw him into the Brooklyn situation. And that's why Kevin Durant and Kyrie was so vocal about the leadership and the direction that the Brooklyn Nets was going. Because remember, they wanted Ime Udoka as head coach. And now, ironically, Kevin Durant is playing for Ime Udoka. And look what Houston is doing. So it's really all about the person who's supposed to be the one guiding and leading and setting these players up for success. Steve Kerr does the opposite. And it makes no sense because you would think with all this basketball experience, being around all these Hall of Fame coaches and, you know what I'm saying, executives and all-time great players, you would think that he would be a little bit more intelligent, like, you know what I'm saying? But the only thing he does well, you know what I'm saying, is handle the media. That's the greatest thing that Steve Kerr does is handle the media. And he doesn't really even do that well because he doesn't answer any of the questions. I have yet to see a media personnel ask him about what are you doing with these rotations? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody asks him these questions. You put all of the worst rotations on the court. And what was the first guy who was on the panel?
What panel?
Oh,
Oh, no,
your
you
panel.
mean tonight on this show? Julian Bashir.
Julian.
Julian, yeah, Julian. I love that brother too. Salute to Julian. He made a great point. People would look at a box score and think that Buddy Hield had a great game. Oh, he had 8 rebounds. Oh, he had 14 points. A lot of them points was on busted plays where a ball just found him and he scored. He was terrible from the outside, and he made the dumbest play ever at the end of the damn game by intercepting the pass that clearly was going to De'Anthony Melton. What are you running in the way for to try to set yourself up to stat pad? We're trying to win a damn basketball game, and you're thinking, oh, I got to go get the ball. I got to go get the ball. The pass was clearly going to De'Anthony Melton. They were going to foul him. De'Anthony Melton, I'm pretty sure, was going to make 2 free throws. It would have been a 3-point game. You know what I'm saying? With under, 9 seconds left on the damn game clock. And, Nick Nurse is down to his last timeout. It's like the IQ level, it matches who Steve Kerr puts on the floor. He has no damn brains, so he puts the players who also have no damn brains on the basketball court, and it's pure chaos. It's a circus. It's like they're running through, jumping through hoops. They're doing all weird, dumb stuff, and it's like, what the hell are you doing? It doesn't make sense. Guy Santos should have finished the game. He took Moses Moody out the game. He never got back in the game along with Jonathan Kuminga and Seth Curry. What the hell are you doing? And then,
go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Let me just say this last thing. Steve Kerr bonehead ass called excuse my language, but I have to. It's worse on my channel, but it's cool. But what I'm saying is that the last possession of the game, when we got the defensive rebound, Steve Kerr, or not the defensive rebound, but I think it was a challenge where we got to retain the possession, and we also got our timeout back. He called the timeout to run a set play for De'Anthony Melton to do a damn an ISO, getting switched out on a big. Bona switched out on him. Bona is not Joel Embiid. He can slide his feet. He's very versatile. He's long and he's athletic. And you see that he altered that shot at the end of the game.
Agreed.
He wasted a timeout. Why would you waste a timeout to call that set out of all sets? You could have told him that when we grabbed the defensive rebound. It wasn't off of the challenge. It was we grabbed the defensive rebound and he quickly called a timeout to run that play. You could have called that set in live action and just told him ISO switch. You know what I'm saying? You and Quinn Post run a high pick and roll, get the switch, go to the hole. You called a timeout to run that? That wasn't nothing intricate about that. I thought he was supposed to be the brainiac of offense.
Well, I thought the ATOs after the timeout play calling by Steve Kerr he's notoriously infamous for the just brilliant scripted plays. And tonight, and this is why I want to hear from Pat Spencer. And side note, Julian Bashir, great take as well in the chat, writing that Seth Curry did not get minutes until the second quarter. That is a fact, and I had that in my notes. But Julian, you did a great job there getting to it. I want to hear, but Pat Spencer was interviewed and more specifically was asked about that final inbound play. And I'm very curious to hear what his justification was for the whole thing. And then, oh, come on, you're still around, right? So I'm disappointed. There's one guy in the chat. They never have the guts to show up. And what was his name? Tuck or something like that. He actually was going to come on and then he bounced. So they always do. Well, I was gonna have him get bumped to the front of the line, but whatever. Here is Pat Spencer explaining that end of play out of bounds fiasco, which cost the Warriors this game.
Jumbled up. Had no timeout left, so I didn't have the guy open. Felt like Melt was popping open, but it was just poor timing.
Which again, sorry to interrupt Pat Spencer here, but if Steve Kerr's the king of ATOs, how is no one open? How is that even possible?
Why you trying to flash to the ball? Was on count number 4 in my head, so I had to get off of it. I felt like the best option at that time was Melt popping his face. How many timeouts left?
We've talked about it the last few days. You've done everything you can do to get more minutes to show that you belong clearly on this level. Do you get the sense that you've earned the trust to a point where, at least in the short term, they're going to go to you even more?
Yeah, I mean, we're deep. We got a lot of guys that can play, and guys that are proving it time after time. And so I think the tough part I don't envy Steve's job at all. I think the most important thing for us is finding an identity. When we have number 30, we have a pretty clear-cut identity with how we want to play when we're out there. When we don't, we tend to slow the ball down with certain groups. Other groups, we have a little bit more pace. So right now, we're ultimately, because of injuries, because of absences, we're trying to really find an identity with where we're at. So, yeah, I feel like I should be a big part of that equation, but I do not envy Steve's job at all. Steve is
And Pat Spencer, by the way, important to note, is a two-way player, and he's only allowed to play up to 50 games. He's already played in all 23 to start the year. Now, with that said, when Stephen Curry comes back, and now with Melton and Seth on the roster, we likely would not see Pat play much minutes, if at all, once Stephen Curry's healthy. But that's largely because of Brandon Podziemski. And I think this is just me, but to me, Pat Spencer should be ahead of Brandon Podziemski in the rotation. I think he's earned it. I don't, like one guy is a very real point guard. One guy is a dollar store Dre. And that's my opinion. I don't know. Sharia, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. It was like that last year too. I felt like that about Pat last year. I've been seeing Pat. Pat is really, really, really good. And Podziemski is one of these. I like the guy, but I'm just saying he's one of these people. You know when you're good at something and you're him or her, and you've got someone else that is almost like a personality hire.
Oh yeah.
And they do all that talking and all that moving and grooving, and you're better, and everyone else can see it. That's the case. That's the case.
Yeah.
Podziemski and the sliding in the arms and just all that extra shit is extra shit. That's sauce. It's extra shit. It ain't real. We see through it, and other people are seeing through it too. Pat Spencer is so fucking talented. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care. He has no fear. He'll take it to the paint. He'll shoot it. He'll shoot a three. He'll grab rebounds. He runs plays. He sets screens even. He does all of that. He's a real deal. And Podziemski is an imposter. Okay, he's an imposter. And we all know it now. Other stations, the ones that are usually sucking toes and sweating him, they're now talking about he's a problem. He should get traded. Everybody's on the same page now, finally. Yeah. But you've been saying that for at least 2 years.
Yeah. I've been saying it too.
Yeah,
it's easy to see. It's easy.
Easy like Leezy. Final thoughts, only because there's other people waiting, and I want to get to them.
It's all good. I have to touch on Jonathan Kuminga real quick. Final thoughts,
please.
Jonathan Kuminga, in my opinion, he's one of my favorite players, but he has to move away from this organization in order for him to blossom. It's sad because I want him to grow unless Kerr's gone.
Unless Kerr's gone. I'm with you. I'm totally with you. And Kuminga would agree with you as well.
but I thought he
would agree with you.
He had great shots tonight. Those are all the shots that I want him taking. The mid-range bump, create the space, the little fade midi. I still feel that he gets the short end of the stick on the whistle, but Austin Reeves shoot 100 free throws. But that doesn't make any sense. But Jonathan Kuminga, if he's used the right way, can help this team win a championship, in my opinion. But it's just sad because the coach, have y'all noticed the coach, when he exited the ball game, he didn't even give him no sign of encouragement. He didn't pat him on the back.
That. And Steve Kerr gives certain people hugs, like Buddy Hield. He'll give him like the shoulder rub. He'll be like he's affectionate.
They had a whole conference.
I highlighted that on my channel. I said, did anybody notice this stuff?
Yeah,
Brandon Podziemski just came off the court from being straight garbage.
Oh, I noticed.
On the butt. Like,
I noticed.
Kuminga gets nothing. It's crazy, man. Hey, blessings to y'all, man. I just hope we can salvage the season for real, because it's looking real bleak right now. I think we lose even worse if we had Curry, to be honest, because he doesn't know how to play. Like, you know what I'm saying? He won't allow your players to get in rhythm. He'll sub you out the game when you're doing great. Like, what are you doing?
I still can't believe he took Will Richard out. Like, why? Why? I mean, look, I get it. De'Anthony Melton had an unbelievable game. He's immediately showing you he's one of this team's best players. But you're leading by 4. You just made an insurmountable comeback a reality, and you take him out with a minute 12 left. Like what? Like
And
what's the
leave Buddy
rationale there?
Hield on the floor. Buddy
I
Hield.
would have
What
had
is the
much
rationale
rather
there?
had. I would have much rather had, Will Richard guarding Maxey at the end versus
Yes.
Buddy.
Oh
Easy.
my God, yes. And you have LJ Cryer who's just waiting in the wings. I guarantee he's already better than Pajemski, Buddy, and it's insane. It's insane. This team is so desperately in need of a coaching change. And I'm really glad like it's starting to become a mainstream thing. Like you're starting to see a lot of people who aren't just golden dazers really unhappy. I like seeing that. It's finally reality is spreading to the masses. That's good news. And really easy. I'm with you in this sense that while this stuff is very frustrating, the fact that the Warriors are 11-12, it's makes you want to just punch the screen, right? I get it, man. Your blood's boiling, but this season is still very salvageable. Like this team,
it is. It is
legit.
though.
It's legit.
But shout out to Rob Brooks. He will not be back on television because they don't put real people on TV.
That.
It's all about pushing an agenda. He says what's needed to be said. And you can see Festus, Ezeli, and Bonte looking at him like, did he just say that? Like, man, they finna kick that dude. He keeps it real. He knows what he's talking about. I'm telling you.
What part of the game was he saying that? Or
he was just talking about how Steve Kerr, this is a shot at Steve Kerr, about the lineups. Like, he just let it be known, like, you have the wrong guys on the floor. Like, what are you doing?
Halftime, pregame, when was this?
No, postgame. Postgame, right after the game. Yeah, right after the game. You had to go check it out.
That's what I was saying.
I see it right now on my TV, but I can't. I'm doing a show myself, so I can't hear it. But
right.
Look,
no. And he talked about the Chris Paul situation in the pregame, which he also kept it real on that Chris Paul and the Clippers situation. That's a whole nother story, but yeah.
Yeah, Rod Brooks is a longtime radio dude. Him and I used to work together for many years at KNBR. So he definitely knows how to move the needle, right? Like that's one of his talents. And I'm glad someone's doing it. I'm glad like Festus Ezeli, I remember at the end of last year, did publicly, I think on social media, come out in defense of Kuminga in terms of the way he was being used. But that's all I've seen from Festus in terms of like pushback against Steve Kerr and the rotational decision. So yeah, it's that's encouraging that there's someone
else in line real quick. You see, here's the downside. Nothing about Kuminga since then.
Now here's the downside though to this whole Rod Brooks thing, right? Rod Brooks is on that broadcast almost entirely because of his relationship with Bob Fitzgerald. Fitz and Brooks used to have a show on KNBR. I think it was called Ebony and Ivory. Which is crazy to think about it, but that was the name of the show. And so they've been close ever since. And Rod got his media career stayed alive because of Fitz, and he's working with NBC Sports Bay Area. Now, is this going to cost Fitz? Is the question. Because that is a guilt-based thing, you know?
No, they're going to blame Kalena Azubuike. They're going to kick him off the air.
Oh my God!
Hey,
Lizzie,
salute to y'all. Blessings. Y'all have a blessed weekend, man. Happy holidays.
You too. Have a good one. Sorry, Elise. Thank you so much. Sheree, any thoughts before we go on to our next?
It's true. Rob is talking that shit. Rob is out of here.
It's Rod. It's like Roderick.
Rod. Yeah. He's talking it. He's out of here. He really said everything that we pretty much say.
Oh my God. If that's true, it would not surprise me if he got a call from his longtime friend Bob Fitzgerald going, dude, can you chill out? I don't want to get fired yet. I need a few more years to get my IRA in check, Just ease up because Steve Kerr will get us fired if you're not careful.
Right. That's why I couldn't be in mainstream. That's why I couldn't be in mainstream media. I already know the television game. And I assume it's very similar. And I know I could never, ever, ever be in that. That's why after I work, I come here and I say what I got to say because there's freedom in this shit.
Yeah, the Believe Network is thankfully very liberal in terms of letting free speech be a thing on this program. 100%. So they're 100% supportive of that, and we're lucky in that sense. I want to play some sound real fast because Steve Kerr said quite a few things. And I'm trying to pick out the best clip before we go to our next listener. I think Slash is up next. Slash was just on the show a couple days ago and had some great things to say. So we're going to hear from Slash again in just a moment. But first, let's hear from Steve Kerr. Let me see which soundbite. Because he got asked about the fact that Pat Spencer is a two-way player. And he gave it a typical, like, I'm not in control. I'm not the GM. He gave one of those answers. I think the quote was, it'd be nice to get him on the roster. Easier said than done, given the Warriors are right up against the hard cap, the second apron. I honestly don't know if it's possible to do that. And Steve Kerr, let's just hear from him real fast about that. Steve Kerr was asked about getting Pat Spencer a full-time contract, meaning a guaranteed spot on the team instead of just being a two-way player who can only play up to 50 games. In case this sounds familiar to you, Ty Jerome and Anthony Lamb were tiptoeing that same line a few years back as two-way players also. Anyways, here is Steve Kerr talking about the role, the security of Pat Spencer.
Yeah, it'll be great to find a way to get him on the roster because he's kind of the perfect guy to have, as a backup. He can win you games like he almost did tonight. But, if he doesn't play, he, brings the same energy, the same attitude the next game. And so be great if we could find a way, but it's a little tricky.
There you go. And about as diplomatic of an answer as you're going to find from Steve Kerr. But I want to really quickly play something that is meaningful, if there's anything, because I saw like a good 5-6 different clips from Kerr tonight. Here we go. Here is Steve Kerr. This is courtesy of Joseph Dykes. Sam Gordon of the San Francisco Chronicle. And Steve Kerr's addressing the end of the game and the lineups. And let's hear what Kerr had to say about that. I doubt he was asked about the substitution of the 112 mark because that would require a hard question being asked, and this media group does not do that. But here's Steve Kerr on the disappointing ending to this game.
The effort was phenomenal. Felt like we really deserved.
And one more time, just in case your device volume was low, crank it up a little bit. This is cell phone audio that was used to publish this. So again, turn the volume up on your devices. Here again is Steve Kerr.
The effort was phenomenal. Felt like we really deserved to win, and I feel terrible for the guys that we couldn't hang on because the effort, the energy, the commitment. He hasn't played in a couple of weeks, and playing the whole fourth quarter, he's like a plus 17 or something. I mean, showing what he did last year, at the end of the year, and the way Pat, got us into our offense and got downhill and pick and roll and distributed the ball. The way the guys fought, so good to have Melt back. Watching him compete, out there at QP, it was a beautiful effort. It's just a shame we couldn't finish it off.
In some similar situation the other night, you didn't close with Pat, you did tonight. Is that just kind of accumulated trust that he's gained? You stayed with Pat tonight.
Yeah. Tonight was a no-brainer. Yeah. The other night was a tricky decision, but tonight was obvious. Pat was.
Was it? Was it tricky? Really?
Just incredible out there and controlled the game. And, he's just about the right stuff. It's organizationally. You just want to stand for something. You want to have an identity, and it's got to be about competitive spirit and just playing together, and competing, and that's what was so beautiful about what that group did down the stretch.
Ooh, extra level of cliche there. I love the fact that he brings up identity and then rolls out like 35 different starting lineups to a season. Sharia, your reaction to Kerr's words there about Pat Spencer and the end of the game?
We'll see the next game because the thing about it is everything he's saying about the guy is the same thing that we've been saying. He plays with no fear. He plays with no fear. We say the same exact thing. But you can say all that, Steve, but are you going to use him the next game?
Yeah, exactly. He says this stuff all the time and then never backs it up. Not to mention,
Right.
I don't understand how the end of the last game, the OKC Thunder game, when he pulled out Pat Spencer with 3:56 remaining, how was that tricky? But I wish a follow-up question was asked there. Can you elaborate on that? What was so tricky about I do this myself if someone paid me, all right? But someone's got to pay me for the gas. I need a salary if I'm going to be actually traveling with the team. There needs to be a legitimate press corps asking real questions. This is asinine. Slash, welcome to the program.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Good to hear from you again.
Yeah, how you doing? Man.
right to business. Go for it.
No, my bad. It's just
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah.
this is the second game in a row. Second game in a row. We were right there. Right there. You know, I actually don't know what to say, and if you know me personally, that's a weird thing, but I actually don't know what to say because we were right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Why was Buddy healed in that last sequence? Why? Right? I get it. He does have some advantages. I'm not going to say he's totally trash. He's not. But in that situation, that's not who you need.
Agreed.
I just don't know what the team does moving forward, to be honest, because it seems like Kerr knows this is his last year, right? Or
Who knows?
possibly his last
Who knows? I mean, the ego on this guy, something tells me unless he's pushed out the door with the option of resigning gracefully, like I don't know if he's ever going to leave. I mean, think about it. If you're Steve Kerr, you like Chase Center is yours. You have a key to that building. You have an arena that yells for you. You have the power to decide which player to play when, and as a result, you have these like professional athletes kissing your ass because if they don't, they're going to get punished because that's how Steve Kerr rolls. Like he's got real power. And the other, like last week, my cousin Sherry was telling me that he was at some event with Sam Altman, the guy who runs Chat GPT. It was like some sort of it was some sort of event, some sort of like
Silicon Valley, probably some sort of.
And the point is, like, Kerr relishes this stuff. He loves the attention. Like to him, he's the reason the Warriors are this dynasty. Like he really believes that. So I have a very hard time believing he's just going to walk away unless Joe actually starts nudging, right? Unless Joe actually starts calling him on the phone, going, "What the hell are you doing here?" Like, I'm going to get rid of you if you don't do something. Like, I don't see any. It's a very depressing situation, is what I'm trying to say. It sucks.
No, to see a comeback like that, right? Everybody's playing hard. The defense was up. The offense was there, right? And then we lose like that, right? I would have rather had we could have just gotten blown out. Everybody go home, right? But it's disappointing. It's disappointing, and I do feel like the criticism of Kerr, especially watching this game, I get it. I understand. Because it's just like, there's simple things you could have done, and we're not running into what? This is our second loss, right, in a row? I think,
I've lost track of streaks. I don't pay attention. I'll answer that for you right now, though. Because they played the Pelicans 2 games ago, a game that, again, every time the Warriors beat these horrible teams, you always have a small section of the fan base going, why were you not acting like this was a big deal? Because it's the Pelicans.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to be real,
exactly.
I mean, if you want to be real about this, like, okay, let's be real about this. Are we competing for a championship? Or are we going to pretend we're the 2000s Warriors again? Where regular season wins against the Pelicans are suddenly a big deal. Yes, it's a 2-game losing streak. More specifically, the Warriors have now lost for 6 of their last 8, dating back to the Orlando game to finish up that road trip. So they're losers of 6 of 8. That's where the Warriors currently stand.
Yeah, and I just feel like I don't know if I know the players do. I know Draymond does. I know Curry does. I know Jimmy does. But does Kerr want to win another one? Because for the way he's coaching, this is not.
He doesn't act like it. He doesn't act like it at all. You're absolutely right. Someone in the chat, I want to answer the question just because they keep asking, and I'm sure they want to hear an answer. And this goes for all 3 of us since we're on the panel together. This is Hamza Kasim. I hope I'm getting that right. Hamza Kasim writing, who would you rather have, GP2 or pods? Neither. I hope that answers your question. Sharia, who would you rather have?
I'd say Gary.
Yeah, exactly.
If I have to have one, yes, GP2. But neither would be my preference would be end of the bench, clap. Woo! High fives. Woo! That to me is what GP2 and Pajemski should be doing. Yay! Woo! Like that's it. That's all you should be doing. Just end of the bench, cheering your team on, and God forbid we're in a position where half the team's injured and you're needed. But if that's the case, then fine, play. Otherwise, just chill. Chill the end of the bench. and root for your team and maintain chemistry.
My thing with GP2 is that in the right game, he comes up big. He'll make a play. He'll do something. The issue with Paz is that, like, he's not the type of point guard that we need, right?
Here's real quick. Slash, I don't mean to interrupt, but here's a little pushback on GP2 in terms of the games where he actually does well. It is important to note all of those games are against the lesser teams, right? Like those games are against, like the one exception is would be the Spurs games, but even the Spurs, as we've talked about, Wemby with 4 little guys. Yeah, that's a GP2 dream scenario, right? When you're playing weaker, meager teams, GP2 does show up. But when the moment you have a game against an elite opposition, like the Rockets, Nuggets, something like that tonight against Philadelphia, he quickly becomes irrelevant. He just doesn't have any one particular skill set that shines, right? But when you're playing these weaker teams and he's out there facilitating, his defense suddenly is effective. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes, right? And Steve Kerr puts so much ridiculous weight on the turnover thing, like ignoring the fact that Steph and Dre turn the ball over like it's going out of style, but anyone else, and he just has a massive issue with it. GP2 doesn't turn the ball over much. So he's safe, right? Like you don't get mistakes from him. He for the most part makes smart plays. Defensively, again, I don't understand why he was not out there at the end of the game. Make that make sense.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
The good games from GP2, that is the pattern I've noticed. Spurs not included. He shines against really weak teams. And unfortunately, Steve Kerr sees that. Steve Kerr I never see him acknowledge strength of schedule in his analysis. He just looks at a game and goes, we did this game. We beat the Pelicans with this lineup, so it must work. It's the Pelicans. Get your head out of your ass. You understand that different teams represent different challenges, and the elite teams require size, requires talent, and this gimmicky bullshit with your small ball, it does not work against good teams. So that's my pushback on GP2, and I'm sorry to be critical of GP2. Nothing personal. Just notice, Slash, and I'll shut up. I'm sorry.
No, I definitely get what you're saying, right? But my thing is, like even the last play, like you said, we could have put GP2 in there, right? He would have at least done something. That doesn't happen. But when you have, I just think Kerr doesn't like dealing with younger players. That's clear, right? The way he's treating Kuminga is just, it's coaching malpractice to me. Because you know Kuminga could go win you a game.
Easily. He's done it.
Win you a playoff series. Kuminga could win you a championship, really. But he's just, we really might need, the fan base really might need to just decide we want a new coach and start really voicing it, because we have the talent. Like I said 2 nights ago, we have the talent. It's just the rotations are just so it's so stressful, because if we didn't have the guys, that's one thing, but we do, and I don't get it. I think Kerr is just too comfortable now. Nobody's gonna do anything to him. He's a made man. He's got 4 rings. What are you gonna say? Oh, I should leave now? No. So it might really be up to the fan base to really make a lot of noise and see what we can do, because we shouldn't have lost this game. We shouldn't have lost the last game. And it's just disappointing. It's just really disappointing.
Agreed.
I know we could have won both.
Right.
Agreed. Strongly agree. Slash, any final thoughts? Or Sharia, anything you want to add?
No, I agree with him. I agree with him 100%.
And Patrick Stubbs in her chat bringing up that Pat Spencer, he played 43 minutes tonight. That can't be right. Hold on. Pat Spencer played, I don't know what those stats are about. I'm going to hide that because none of that is right. Pat Spencer played 20. Yeah. And look, he still had a great stat. I might even mention his stats. I apologize. Pat Spencer tonight played an even 24 minutes, 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from deep. I mentioned the 4 free throw attempts earlier. He was tied with Melton for the most trips to the free throw line. It was also kind of wild. I didn't know until tonight that Philadelphia has a promotion where if opposing players miss 2 straight free throws, they get like a free Chick-fil-A. And and they get more Chick-fil-A each time that happens. So you get the crowd engaged. That is brilliant promotion, especially to get your fan base super riled up when the opposing team has a player at the free throw line. The Warriors really need to steal that. I mean, why not? But Pat Spencer, again, finished the game, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, added a steal, did have 2 turnovers, and a plus 17 in net rating. So led the team in that category. And Guy Santos, and this is, again, why net rating, very subjective stat. I don't rely on it for analysis. If you hear me say it, it's just to make people happy because some like to hear it. But Guy Santos is an example of why you don't strictly rely on net rating. He only played the fourth quarter, and he was second on the team in net rating tonight with a plus 15 because he only played that one quarter where they kicked ass. Now, who knows what his net rating would have been if he played the other quarters, but all I'm trying to say is net rating does not represent objective reality. It's a small smidge of a piece of data that we should not be using really for analysis unless you have 5 player lineups. But I digress. Pat had a good game. He did, plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Slash, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
I feel bad for Pat too because this is 2 games in a row that he's brought the team back and didn't end in a win, right? 2 games in a row. And I heard what he said in the press conference, but it's like, yo, he knows he's better than Podziemski. He knows.
Yeah.
He can't say it, but he knows. We know. We can see it. We can see it. It's not just that he's a good point guard. He's a good situational point guard too, because he has some size, he has some toughness. He's not afraid, clearly. When he took that 3, what was that? Third, fourth quarter? Was that the fourth quarter?
Who, Pat?
When he took the 3.
It was the fourth.
Yeah, when he took that 3, I'm like, yo, this is not going in. And then
it went in.
I went in.
I'm like,
yeah,
yo,
2 of 3 from deep tonight. The Warriors were 12 of 42 from deep. That's only 28.6%. The players who brought that number down, Al Horford, who just, I don't even think he should be playing anymore. I mean, I keep picking on, or picking on is a strong word. I mean, these are guys making a shitload of money and they're NBA players, but I keep pointing out Podziemski, GP2, and Buddy Hield as being your end of the bench guys. Al Horford needs to join them. Al Horford tonight, why is he playing? He was 1 of 7 from deep, did grab 6 boards, but again, 1 of 7 from deep for 3 points. The one 3-pointer that he made represented all of his points in those 17 minutes and 52 seconds. And if you're going to pretend those 6 rebounds mean something, then you also got to consider the fact that Jonathan Kuminga grabbed 6 rebounds. So at least he's crashing the boards there. But Al Horford, my God. So the 3-point shooting again, Al Horford 1 of 7, Brandon Podziemski 0 for 5. And those shots don't even look good. They're like just bad breaks if they're not being airballed altogether. De'Anthony Melton, that was the one chink in his armor tonight. 3-point shooting, 0 of 2. Buddy Hield, easy to focus on the 2 he made tonight because they rarely go in, but he had 7 3-point attempts. So he was 2 of 7. That's below 30% shooting from deep. Not a good number. Seth had a very quiet night. Did not score a single point. But again, and I don't know why I still would rather play Seth, even on a night like this. He only played 14 minutes, 11 seconds anyways. And then Guy Santos had 2 3-point attempts and didn't make any. So 12 of 42 shooting from deep for your Golden State Warriors tonight. Philly was not much better. Philly was 10 of 38 from deep, 26.3% shooting. Quentin Grimes was 0 of 5. I remember him last year having a monster game against the Warriors, like 44 points or something like that. Barlow 0 of 1. Embiid was 0 of 6 from deep. Do you guys remember Andre Drummond taking a 3-point attempt? He had one. I don't remember. It was like at the end of a quarter or half or something.
No.
Anyway, so that was your 3-point shooting for the night to summarize. Slash, are you good?
Mm-hmm. Have a good night, y'all.
You too.
Have a good night.
You too. Let's see if any more sound has come down before we go to we have a few more people waiting. This is the pecking order, by the way. Chronologically speaking, why Kerr isn't fired is next. AJ, you're after that. And then Alan Day and aim assist. That'll wrap up the show tonight. Shreya, what is your, do you want to say your last name? I never say it because I don't know if you want to if I should respect your privacy. Are we good with just Shreya?
Sharia is great.
Sharia it is. Okay, good. I was about to say that, and I was like, wait a second. Does she want me to actually say the last name? Let's see if there's any other sound that has come down. I'm very curious to see if anyone else besides Pat Spencer and Steve Kerr spoke to the media that we can play on the show tonight. I saw someone mention earlier that LeBron James's streak of double-digit scoring games ended. So that's some good news if you're a Warriors fan and you dislike the Lakers. We already heard from Steve Kerr. Yeah, I guess we're done with multimedia elements for the night. I don't see any other good sound clips to play. So if anything else comes down that's worthy, I will we'll happily go to it. But I think one more. Oh, and it's De'Anthony Melton, and he's in
his shades. I see it.
And the jacket.
Go ahead.
And that jacket. You're right. It's always funny to me when people wear sunglasses inside, because that's clearly like a style thing, right?
Yeah.
I think. Some people also have sensitivity to light. I get that as well. What's going on here? Here is De'Anthony Melton. His hand is wrapped. Why?
No,
let's
Lord.
find out.
That's pretty good. I mean, I banged it up probably 4 or 5 days ago at this point. But, getting out there felt fine, taping it up and everything like that. So I think it's something that probably last a couple more days, and I'll be good from that. That's pretty good.
Okay. All right. So it could explain the 0 for 2 shooting from deep. I don't think De'Anthony Melton was on the injury report, so that's kind of funky. You can get fined for that. You really can. I'm so happy Melton's back. There are silver linings. Like, as the shock is wearing off a little slowly here, that game was just insanity. There are silver linings here. Maybe the message is, maybe Steve Kerr is getting the message that Podziemski is not it. Shri, are you hopeful?
No, I am hopeful, but I don't think so. I think it's going to take a little bit more, because he likes to play him when Steph's on the floor. So when Steph comes back, I feel like we're going to see more of Podziemski, to be honest with you. But I don't know. We'll see. I feel sorry for Pat. Pat is that guy.
He's better than Podziemski. I'm no doubting that. Tommy dropping $5 in a chat. Thank you very much. Saying, barring a difference-making trade, load management and injuries to our stars all year will result in the play-in again and early playoff exit again. You might be right. There is, if we're gonna bring up silver line. Shri, I'm sorry. Did you have something to say about that?
No, go ahead. Keep rocking.
I was just gonna say that if there's silver linings, the Western Conference is not as deep as feared. I think the Warriors. Let me take a look at the standings real fast. In the NBA. They came into this game 8th in the Western Conference, and they were just and they still are 8th. Even though they're 11 and 12, they're only 3.5 games back of Minnesota for the 6th seed. And then they are currently 6 games back of the Lakers for the 2 seed. And that's important to note, because the Lakers are going to have a much more difficult strength of schedule in the second half of the season. The Warriors' strength of schedule in the second half, complete opposite. So you're going to see them make runs. And if anything, losing games like these now, if the message is coming across to Kerr that certain players just don't belong, man, this do not deserve these minutes. If that message is resonating with them now, then there's some reason to hope, I hope. Maybe I'm being delusional. I don't know. Brooklyn Opinion, $4.99, saying if the Warriors get a high draft pick, we have to make sure Steve Kerr's gone because he's going to limit their ceiling to being a role player. Bad season means Kerr gone. Let's rejoice. Another silver lining. I would rather Kerr move on under better circumstances, but could be worse too. Funk Farm, $2, saying, we already played this one or showed this one, that Kuminga's all smiles after the game. He's done. Maybe. I don't know. But
I didn't get that. When I saw him smiling, I felt like he had the adrenaline, like all the rest of us, like we were that close.
Yeah.
And he was happy to see his teammates and tell them good job and stuff. I didn't get that.
KKS gifting 10 Golden Days memberships. KKS, thank you. I don't even know what that means. Does that mean like you just gave 10 memberships to people? Like whatever that is, that's awesome. Thank you. I generally appreciate that. Wainster dropping $5 saying, No worries. First unit, what is SB? First unit starting backup. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, starting backup. All right, so Wainster is suggesting rotations here, that the starting lineup should be Stephen Curry, De'Anthony Melton, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, Quinn Post. Cool with that. Your bench unit, Pat Spencer, Seth Curry, Guy Santos, and or GP2. I think that's what the key means. Trace Jackson Davis and Al Horford. Trade the rest. All right, and that's where you're losing me a little bit. If you're going to trade the rest, fine, but for who? The who is the very important part. If it's for Trey Murphy, I can stomach that. If it's for Giannis, we're having a party. Besides them, I mean, who are we talking about here? Bill Simmons mentioned Daniel Gafford in one of his podcasts, which is an asinine trade suggestion. The Warriors would never in a million years do that. If they're going to trade Kuminga, it's going to be for someone with upside, and it's going to be someone that Steve Kerr would actually play. Daniel Gafford is not a stretch big, so if Trace Jackson Davis can't get minutes, Daniel Gafford would be a waste of $15 million. There's no chance in hell that trade's happening. And Wainster, again, I'm not pushing back on the trade Kuminga, Moody, Podziemski idea, but the who part of it, it's important. It does matter. Shree, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like who?
Like Riz, for example, brings up Jalen Duren. Hell yeah. Would Detroit do that?
No. Hell no. Absolutely not. And I wouldn't want Detroit to do that because y'all got something rocking up there. Keep him.
Now this is an interesting one in terms of trade ideas, because I've thought about this quite a bit as well. And this is from Paris R211. We're just going to go with Paris. Say Miles Turner from the Bucks. This is a player that Warriors fans have been bringing up for years. Stretch big. In the years past, I've said his personality likely would negate the idea. At this point, though, who the hell knows? The Bucks are on the verge of a fire sale, so he could be available. Would you give up Kuminga for him, though? Sheree, I'll ask you that, because I don't know if I would, but if that's the trade that happened, I wouldn't hate.
I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it. I personally think Kuminga, I wouldn't give up Kuminga, but I also want Kuminga to be set free, because what's being done to him is so unfair. Agreed. When you say his Miles Turner's personality, you say a no to his personality, because I think
in years past he's complained if he hasn't gotten the ball enough, and like he's brought that stuff up publicly, but he was also part of a team that was like this close to winning a championship last year. Mm-hmm. And he's almost exactly what the Warriors need. So who knows is what I'm saying.
The thing about Miles, for me, Miles doesn't get enough rebounds for me. For his size, to be a big man, I know you can shoot the three and all that other stuff, but I don't like that 4 rebound shit. Just saying.
I feel you on that. And Wainster dropping another $2, saying to be determined. Absolutely right in terms of what happens with the trade. Again, a huge negative for the Warriors and fantasizing about Giannis Antetokounmpo is the fact that a Giannis trade is likely going to happen sooner than later, and the Warriors cannot move Kuminga until January 15th. Mm-hmm. And that's an impediment. That's a huge obstacle. Sheree, let me ask you this, because my strong suspicion is that Giannis is not actually injured. The timing of that injury, if you actually watch the play, it looked so suspicious. You work in TV, you know what acting is. That looked like acting. I could be wrong on that, but considering the timing of it, and considering the fact that this would be the perfect way for Giannis to bid adieu to Milwaukee is, oh no, my neck, my back, my leg, and then he's out and he's gone. That to me was a perfect setup for him saying peace. I could be wrong on that as well, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. What do you think?
It was about as believable as Draymond Green's injury tonight, okay? Listen, we got a lot of actors in the building, okay? It was about as believable as that. Just saying.
I love it. No pushback. Let's bring on why Kerr isn't fired. I Is this Cam or is this?
Yeah, this Q.
Quentin?
This Quinn.
There's Quinn. Okay, there's just two of you now, and I love. Now I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's a good thing. Quinn, good to see you.
What's funny is good to see you too. See you too, Si. You and Sheree. Yesterday when you was talking to, or the other day when you was talking to Cam, I was actually in the chat and I was dying laughing. So
funny, man. What's on your mind, brother?
Yeah, so you already know my mantra, man, is to go further and further in on Kerr, because I'm just trying to figure out, like, what are we doing? To be honest, I'm actually thankful that we're losing, because I want us to bottom out before the season is too late. And if so Joe Lacob and Mike Dunleavy can just be like, you know what, Kerr is not working. We're just gonna go ahead and blow this thing up. But instead of blowing it up, they just remove the coach. And we get a chance to see the guys really fulfill their potential, because it's sad to see.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this, Quentin and Sharia. I'd love to get your thoughts on this as well. To me, like, the most seamless way to do this as of right now is to just promote Stotts, right? Like we've seen Stotts be a head coach for a damn long time with the Portland Trailblazers. I personally never had an issue with his style. He just had he just unfortunately had the Warriors in front of him. He had an awesome team. Dame Lillard's amazing, and look, Dame likes him, which does carry some weight for me, because Dame is a Bay Area legend, even though Portland's his city now. But Oakland's never going to forget Dame's roots, and I personally like Dame Lillard a lot. And Dame endorses Terry Stotts. And look, he's not a bad coach. Something tells me if he's the coach instead of Kerr, you're going to see the right players play. I hope. I hope that's not just wishful thinking, but that would be my guess. Shreya, would you agree that would be the best move if you're going to do a mid-season coaching change? So. Or would you go more drastic?
No, I would do that. I would do Terry Stotts.
Yeah, that's that. What about you? What about you, Quinn?
Yes. Oh my God, yes. Because getting Terry Stotts make it to the Western Conference Finals twice with Portland.
Yeah, you're right. At least once, maybe twice. I think twice. Yeah, I remember one, but there could be two.
Yes, and just think about the teams that Terry Stotts had. Like, they weren't that good. Who they had? I know they had Dame, CJ.
Yeah. I don't remember anyone else on this team. I think Yusuf Nurkic was their center, which says a lot, right? I mean, I can't remember who else was on those teams at the moment, though. I apologize. But yeah,
it was
and Kev F bringing up the fact that Seth Curry played.
Yeah, I was about to say that was the year that Portland and the Warriors matched up, and then like the Curry's parents wore the jerseys because they were playing against each other. Yeah, he coached him.
Yeah. Absolutely right. Oh, and Julie Bashir adding Al Farouk Amin was also on that Blazers team.
That's who it was. Al Farouk.
He never did anything else anywhere else, but yeah, he wasn't bad when he was on that team. He reminds me a lot of Tumani Kamara, who's also on the Blazers now. But anyways, any final thoughts, Quentin? Anything else on your mind?
Well, it was something else I wanted to bring. Oh, yes. Okay, Steve Kerr record now is 61 and 65 without Stephen Curry playing.
Not including the awful year, right?
Right. Not include the awful
You're
year.
being nice.
Right. And also, you remember what I said about if you have a good game, the next game, Steve Kerr punish you for it.
You said that. You did.
Yeah.
So you see what happened to Steph Curry tonight.
Yeah, I did. Good.
So it's repetitive. It happens every time. If you're not Podjemski or Buddy Hield and you have a good game, you're going to be punished for it. And I feel so sorry for the guys, because they don't deserve this. They deserve a coach that believes in them, that gives them the opportunity to thrive. And Steve Kerr is not that guy, never will be. And I don't have any hope in him. I'm just hoping that the season can bottom out while we still got like 50 games to go. And we can turn the thing around and save Curry's last 2 years. That's it.
I mean, how sad is it that all Kerr has to do is just move 4 players. The Warriors have 14 players on their roster. 4 of them should not see any minutes at all. And I'll repeat the names again. Podziemski, Buddy Hield, GP2. And look, I can even be open-minded about some GP2 minutes here and there, but for the most part, generally speaking, GP2, Al Horford. I don't even think Trace Jackson Davis should be getting DNPs. Like, what did that poor kid do? So you bench those 4, you roll with the remaining 10. If Steve Kerr does that, I've got all the hope in the world. Optimism is back. Like, belief is back. Like, I won't even criticize Kerr anymore if he does that. But unfortunately, that's the fact that any other coach would actually do that, and the fact that I'm wishfully thinking this, it's so messed up. It's so messed up, man. But if Kerr magically does that, we're happy again. I think, at least I am. I don't know.
I'm actually positive that there's no other coach in the NBA who would play Buddy Hield, Pods, and GP2, because Buddy Hield was getting benched on every team he was playing on.
Yeah.
Prior to the Warriors. GP2, he's only played for really 2 teams, and Portland benched him in Portland. He wasn't getting any playing time in Portland. Now that I think about it. And Pods is a G League player at its finest.
Here's one thing I want to add about Podziemski. One of the biggest positives when he got drafted, what was he taking 19th overall? This is now his 3rd year. Was it 18? I think it was 19, right? 19. He shot in his 2nd year in college at Santa Clara 43.8% from deep. And that stat was my single biggest hope for this kid. But it was a player who, again, he's a big brawny dude for a point guard. So at least you get someone who can be physical. He's got good enough handles to play the position. But if he's not shooting at that 43% clip, which is what was advertised from college, then it's a bad pick. Plain and simple. Like that is what my hope was for Brandon Podziemski, was that he could continue being that shooter. But he was 0-5 tonight. He's been a career 37% three-point shooter. That's not cutting it. That's not good enough, considering he's not a playmaker. Defensively, he's a liability. And he doesn't get the assists. He played 20 minutes tonight. 20 minutes, right? Same as Kuminga. Kuminga and Brandon Podziemski were separated by 21 seconds in playing time tonight. Kuminga still got 2 assists. You know, Shreya, can you guess?
I think I found a silver lining.
Shreya, can you guess how many assists, or even Quentin, either one? We'll ask both of you. Shreya, you first. Can you guess how many assists Brandon Podziemski had tonight in 20 minutes?
0.
Quentin, I was about to say 0.
I'll say 2 or 0, but I'm pretty certain
0 or 1. I would say 0 or 1, because I didn't.
You're both right with 0. 0. You're right. 0. None. Not 1 assist. So if he's not facilitating and creating plays for his teammates, if he's not setting them up, and he's not shooting well, he's not scoring consistently, he's a bad defensive player, he's above average as a ball handler. Like, I don't even see him being like exceptional at that. He's good. He's competent, but is he exceptional? No. Like, everyone loves to bash, or Kuminga's haters love to bring up ball handling. Is Podziemski's that much better? So, I mean, really, let's be real here. So if that's who he is, why is he getting minutes? What is the justification for this? Steve Kerr just feels like it? Are we going to hear that word fit again? I don't want to hear that word fit ever again. Like, that word is a crutch for people.
I want to know what's a connector.
Ty Lue brought that word up with Chris Paul. It wasn't a good fit. How about explain this shit to us? Just reveal that you couldn't handle him, like, pushing back a little bit on a team that's bad. And I'm not turning this into a Chris Paul discussion, but my point is, the word fit is such an easy way for a head coach to sliver his way out of explaining something in detail. I don't want to hear that shit anymore. Brandon Podziemski, the word fit, I don't care. He does not produce, plain and simple, and his minutes are inexcusable. It's just my take on it. I don't know. Shreya, am I talking crazy?
No, because the people that usually say that something's not a good fit are the problem. In every aspect. It doesn't matter. You could work in an office and your manager, you know you're doing a good job, and your manager's like, they're not a good fit. The manager's the problem. That's what that is.
Wainster wanted to add an addendum to his earlier comment because he originally said everyone else that he did not name should be traded, with one exception. He wants to correct himself, and for a $2 additional donation, I can't thank you enough. Don't trade Will Richard. Everyone else go away.
But
Will Richard is a keeper. I agree. Will Richard is
I think we got a silver lining today, though.
There were a few of them. What do you want to bring up?
That now, since Steph, Jimmy, and Dre is hurt, it's no way he can't play the guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's no way. Like, he has no reason to not play Trace, Kuminga, Moody, Post. He has no reason not to play those guys. So the next game, we can kind of get a look of the future, unless Kerr goes a five guard rotation and put Paz at the 5. Other than that, we should be good.
A few people in the chat, besides giving a praise to LJ Cryer, who I would love to see this kid play, are asking, Riz in the chat's asking, what do you think about Mark Jackson being a coach? Here's the only thing I'll say about that, because I wouldn't hate the idea at all. I think as a coach, he was awesome. Steph, and Clay's no longer with the team, but Dre, they love him. Would Joe hire him? And I don't think he would. That's why I'm not going to really entertain the idea of Mark Jackson being the coach again. I think that relationship is cooked. It's finished. Look, he had a great run, and I will always give him credit for what he built here. He taught defense to the Warriors for the first time in nearly 40 years. I did not see Warriors basketball and defense be synonymous until Mark Jackson became the head coach, and Stephen Curry took leaps starting with Mark Jackson. It wasn't Steve Kerr. Steph was already an awesome basketball player, but I also don't think Joe Lacob would hire him. That would be my guess.
But Si, would you wanna come back if you fired me right before?
And that too. Yeah.
The glory. No. Yeah.
Well, I probably would, because it is an awesome job, and you're working with Steph again. But I hear what you're saying too. I get it.
Man, I love your show, Si. I love talking with you and Sharif. Y'all know y'all basketball. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. And I'm looking forward to the next show to see what Steve Kerr do, and we can come on and discuss.
well, the next show is tomorrow with Armando Lawrence.
Right.
I can't believe it's Friday again. Gee, time is flying.
Oh, really? Totally.
So Armando Laura joins us for Friday happy hour tomorrow, and then Saturday and Sunday, 2 more post-game shows. Cleveland and Chicago are next up on the list. Look, the way the Warriors played tonight, I'm encouraged after that horrendous start, because at least Kerr saw that when you don't play Podziemski, good things happen. So we'll see. But he also, Steve Kerr and his fits, man. Quentin, have a great night. AJ, I've been looking at your face forever, and I feel bad because I know you've been waiting. Thank you for finally coming on the show. Thank you for your patience. How are you doing?
I'm doing terrible. Thanks.
Uh-oh.
Warriors just blew a very winnable game. But I just wanted to say, first of all, I love your show.
Thank you.
Everything you say about the media, everyone. No, it's just very true, and it's a great highlight. I've been a Dubs fan since Sleepy Floyd dropped 51, and I've watched almost every game, not every game. But
and in case people don't know that reference, Sleepy Floyd dropped 51 in Game 4 of the 1987 Western Conference semifinals against the LA Lakers. I will, as a little kid, I will never forget that moment. And the craziest part, Sleepy scored 29 in the fourth quarter of that game, 39 in the second half of that game. Both are still, to this day, NBA records for most points in a quarter and half of an NBA playoff game. And I interviewed Michael Cooper a couple years ago, and I don't know if that's on our YouTube channel. I think it is, and Rick was with me as well. And I brought that up to him because Michael Cooper, considered one of the greatest defenders ever, was defending Sleepy Floyd that night. And his face, maybe I'll make a short of that at some point. His face went from smiling, from being like jovial with Rick and I bring up that game, and he goes, and dude, he got sour, like for a brief moment. Like he did not like, I know he was playing along a little bit, but he also was serious, and he really got like, like took that, like he made the interview got somber for a moment, and he goes, like we should have swept those guys, and that game was a learning experience for us to never take things lightly again. And that still haunts me. And I wish I could sit here and say that it's been a long time ago, but you bringing that up still pisses me off, and it's crazy. And Sleepy Floyd, the greatness, and that movie Freaky Tales, I still haven't seen it yet. I need to. Stars his character at least. I don't know how real it is, but anyways, I'm done talking. How are you doing? Go ahead.
Great. You got to see Freaky Tales like today. It's free on one of the streamers. Anyway,
I think HBO. Yeah.
Steve, thanks for your contributions to the Warriors, but we don't need you anymore.
Right.
Your next move, is the NBA, whatever. I went to my therapist today, and my therapist said, we're not talking about Steve Kerr again, okay? So anyway, this guy's...
You're kidding, right? Are you joking about that, or are you serious?
this guy's driving me insane. Okay.
This is look. Therapy is not cheap. I mean, look. Hopefully, you have insurance helping you out there, but this man is driving you to therapy.
I mean,
that's crazy.
But so anyway, I have one thing that I have to get off my chest. But
please,
about Steve Kerr, he has totally destroyed the confidence of Kuminga, Moody, all of them. He puts them in, and then he yanks them, and they don't grow like Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
He got 10 minutes, then he got 15, then he got 20. Now he's an all-star. They got Moody playing 40 minutes, then he plays 0. He's such an idiot. I can't handle it. But the other thing is the height. Oh, my God. Play the tall guys. What?
Yes.
Problem? Have you ever played basketball?
He did it in the fourth quarter, and what a huge surprise. It worked.
Okay? If I play against a guy who's 5'6", I'm taking him to the hole.
Yes, every time.
Layup you've
Every
ever seen in your life, okay?
That's all. That's every time. I'm so glad you said that, because I always picture that. Like, I'm 5'10", which is the single biggest reason why my basketball career never went anywhere. But I picture myself playing against dudes that are like 5'6", and that would I'd feast. Like every position, I just start backing them down in the post and just to score easy buckets every time. And I know the NBA game's different, but it's not that different in terms of the premise of what size means in the NBA. AJ, is that a basketball hoop on your wall behind you?
Yes, yeah.
Is that on are those one of the ones that you shoot. Sorry. That was an accident. Is that one of the ones that you hang on the door, or did you nail that in?
Yes, it's a N1. I got it from China. It's a great country. And so
that's awesome, dude. I'm all about the hoops on the door.
Off my chest, okay. Quentin Post, what everyone's missing it. No offense to all the brilliant people on this show, but he is really good. His footwork on defense, first of all, he's the number 4 ranked player in the entire NBA in defensive net rating right now. Okay, and the 3 guys ahead of him are all on the Thunder. So not counting the 72-win Thunder team, he is the best defensive player in the NBA according to
real quick, AJ, hold on. I want to just get this straight. So when you say defensive rating, do you mean like that calculation?
Yeah.
That they have. Okay, so you're saying he is the number 1 defensive rated player not playing for the Thunder.
Correct. According to that imperfect
That's fair. That's fair. Look, and Quentin Post tonight, I just because I don't think I read his stats, played 25 minutes, 28 seconds, had a solid night, man. I mean, the only blemishes for Quentin Post, let me finish the stat line first. 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 4 from deep, which is huge. And I don't think it's a coincidence that he's particularly strong shooting the threes off the dribble because he's not thinking. Like, all he's doing is just playing and reacting and shooting, and those are the ones that are going down more frequently. Like, there's a lot of room for growth with him, is what I'm trying to say. He could develop into something a lot more than he is now. Added 3 rebounds, 4 assists, no turnovers, no blocks either, unfortunately. 10 points on the night. The only blemishes for Quentin Post tonight, and I don't know if you two agree with me or disagree with me on this. One was the play at the very end that Philly challenged and won, where the inbound pass went to him and he just couldn't hold on to it.
Right.
And he sometimes just does not take advantage of his size. Like, he needs to bring more force and more toughness. And I don't know if that's something that's a mental thing. I don't know if he just is not strong enough to deal with that. And that leads to the second blemish. And this was it wasn't as consequential, but it was a huge blemish. And that was not getting the rebound on that second missed free throw. He tipped it. I don't know if you folks saw that. Philly was shooting free throws at the end. I can't remember what the score was. It was I think it was a 1-point game. They missed the free throw, and all Quentin Post had to do was just grab it.
Right.
But he tipped it. I don't know why he did that. Philly got the ball back as a result, I think, or maybe not. Maybe I can't remember what happened after that. But I just never like seeing teams getting offensive rebounds on missed free throws. That should never happen. And when I first saw that, I was like, was that Al Horford's fault? Because Al Horford was the other big lined up closest to the rim in the key. That was Quentin Post. And when he saw the replay, he just tapped it. I think he was trying to tap it to a player out. It's like, grab that effing board, man. You got to put your hands on that. But outside of those two little blemishes, I'm with you, man. He should be playing consistently.
Yeah, couple things. Number one, he's a 7-foot, Dutchman. He shouldn't be the main ball handler. That's a curse.
True.
I don't get into that, but he is tough. His defense and footwork is really good. His stroke, he looks like Klay Thompson. They don't call one play for him. He's our we have Steve Kerr. He's a very, very, very good 3-point shooter. Why isn't they setting screens for him? He's a 7-footer. He looks like Dirk out there. And he boxes out. Like on that tip play, he was boxing out a monster. I don't know who was behind him, but
it was that guy who made a strong impression, at least on me. His name was Adam Bona, who only played 5 minutes 59 seconds, but he looked like a force out there. Go ahead, sir.
But Quentin Post needs to start. We're getting blown out in the first quarter of every single game because they're Embiid and centers, and they're just dominating with Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler are out of position because they're playing power forward and center. That's not. I want Jimmy Butler at shooting guard, or at least at small forward where he has an advantage. It's totally insane. I can't.
It is insane, literally. Yeah. That's not hyperbolic. You're not exaggerating. You're not saying it for effect. It's literally insane.
Right.
To the T, textbook. It's crazy.
Post he's not Hakeem Olajuwon. He's just our best option, number one. And number two, he just needs to play. Oh, his 3-point percentage. They never call a play for him, and he gets a ton of grenades. He gets so many grenades where they throw it to him with 3 seconds on the shot clock, and he just has to shoot it up over a guy. Set a pick for this guy. Look at his stroke, right side. Don't you see it? It looks
good. Yeah, I do. Right? No pushback. You're right. I think.
It's beautiful. And also, I have a nickname for him, by the way. Nobody steal it. I'm trademarking it. I call him Triple Dutch, okay? Because he's going to hit a lot of threes in his career.
Let me know when you make the shirts and come back on. It'll help you promote how people can buy those shirts for Triple Dutch.
You got it.
Where are you joining us from in the world?
The beautiful Oakland, California.
Oh, you're local. All right. What neck of the woods in Oakland? It's a big city.
I'm in Jack London, near Jack London Square. Yeah.
You live in paradise, brother. Congrats.
Yeah. Last thing, play Guy Santos. I'll fight with you about Kuminga on the next game. I don't hate Kuminga. I'm not a hater, but he makes a lot of bad decisions.
He does, but no, I'm not gonna. I won't push back on that. The turnover numbers are high. My only response to the mistakes is, how can a player like his age with his development ever play good basketball if he's not getting consistency and support behind him, right? Like, any young player is going to constantly make mistakes, is going to constantly disappoint if you don't like have a commitment to him. Commit to the kid. I don't understand why he's not starting. I don't get that at all.
Starting him. He's not.
How are you not starting? Like, do people forget the first 5 games of the year how good this Warriors team looked? Like, we were feeling, at least I was feeling great about this team. They started 4-1, if I remember correctly, and that starting lineup was a huge part of it. Kuminga, Dre, and Jimmy Butler. That was a force. Teams like real good teams like the Lakers and the Nuggets were having a very hard time dealing with that because you had athleticism. You don't like it, or you don't like it?
He could be Dominique Wilkins if he'd learn how to dribble. If I was Jonathan Kuminga, I would be dribbling from morning till night because if he can get around Cy in the post, it's going down. He's dunking it every single time, just like Sean Kemp, just like Dominique, but he can't drive past these guys. He's pulling up threes in front of centers. Take him to the hoop, rip it down. I mean, anyway, I want Johnny to do well. But he's just. I mostly blame Kerr, but
I just love that you call him Johnny. I've never heard anyone call him that before. That's awesome, Johnny Kuminga.
What? Yeah,
I'm rolling with that from now on.
And you got.
Me too.
I mean, you coined that one, AJ. Johnny Kuminga. Sign me up. Like, how did you even come up with that? That's amazing, Johnny Kuminga. Bravo. AJ, any final thoughts? You're fantastic.
Yeah, and we got a bench Hield. I love Buddy, Game 7 Buddy, but he's shooting 40% from the floor, 30% from 3. His defense is actually average, but he needs to get 0 minutes. Buddy,
did you watch the show yesterday with Rick Barry?
I saw the show before that on the game.
Okay.
I've seen many of your Rick Barry shows. Yeah.
So I asked, I bring it up because I not to shamelessly promote, but because Rick, I brought up Buddy Hield's minutes and his 30% shooting, and Rick is very sensitive about criticizing the Warriors in general, and I don't blame him. I mean, his jersey hangs from the rafter. That's not a relationship you want to damage or fray, and he's part of the NBA fraternity. So just criticizing Kerr in and of itself, not in his nature, right? And I'm not trying to solicit that ever. But at the same time, Buddy Hield is another member of that fraternity, and I was curious to know what his thoughts were. And he did not hesitate to say, if a guy is shooting 30%, you yank his ass. And especially when you consider that Buddy Hield has been given well over a quarter of the season now to figure this shit out. A quarter, like the Warriors are 23 games into the season.
Yeah.
Buddy Hield's a 30% shooter. How much more time are you going to give this guy to figure it out? That is an anemic number. And yet Steve Kerr rolls him out to close games. Like, make that make sense. Talk about insanity.
Why was he pulled post and put in Horford for defense on the last what?
Yeah, that was crazy.
I didn't watch it closely, but I think he got burned on that last tip in. I mean, I like Al. They should be playing post with Draymond, and I don't mind playing D and Al or TJD. We need tall guys, okay? I remember playing basketball, and I remember a lot of tall guys blocking my shots. That's what I remember. I don't know.
And they would grab rebounds over you. They would shoot over you. I remember if there was ever a shorter guy on me. Again, my first thought was easy shot. that was always like I'd always pick out the shortest people. Like, they are your targets, and they would seek me out, right? And I'd have coaches who because there's periods of my life when I was younger where I'd have baby fat or something like that, right? So even though I was not the height of a power forward, because there was like a few years where I was chubby, coaches would go, "Oh, well, you're big enough to handle being a power forward," and it never worked. And I'd be so resentful of these coaches putting me out of position. I feel these guys, man, like who are routinely put in these spots where they're not going to thrive. It sucks. Yeah, size matters in the NBA. It's crazy
fact.
shit.
It's a fact. It's a mathematical fact.
Yeah, it's physics. It's physics. It's science. Yes.
I was a quick story. I'm Jewish. I played in this internet national Jewish game against all these short little Jews, which I can say because I'm Jewish. And I was tall. It was the first time I played one game at center, right? I had 14 points, 10 rebounds. It was the most amazing thing ever. But man, you gotta play our centers. All these guards, they're all the same. Moody, Pods, Melton, GP2. None of them are all-stars. They're all flawed. They're all pretty good. We can argue about it for 7 hours. Play the tall guys.
Yeah. Or just play the best guys, which in basketball oftentimes is the tallest guys. I'm with you. Kerr is complicating something that it does not need complication. It's a very simple formula. Just play the best guys. That's it. And usually in the NBA, that means the tallest guys. Usually, not always, but usually. Like Stephen Curry's a clear exception to that. But yeah, I'm with you. AJ, come back soon, will you?
And appreciate it. I'll see you again soon.
Appreciate you. You brought the fire. You brought Johnny Kuminga. I'm never going to forget you for that.
Me neither.
I'm going to make a t-shirt from that. Johnny Kuminga. AJ, and when you get your triple Dutch shirt made, come back and I'll help you promote it, all right?
Oh, wait. Okay.
Go Dubs. Go Dubs. AJ, you were fantastic. Have a great night. Sharia, look at it. That was something else.
That was nice. I'm digging Johnny. I'm rolling with Johnny now. That's what I'm going to be calling
Kuminga.
him. Johnny.
That was awesome. That was very, very funny. We're almost there. Alan Day and then Chardal scoreboard. That's the show. Sharia, are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm great.
I love it. Alan, joining us live from Santa Monica, California, taking a break from law school. Maybe are you done with finals?
No, my finals next week. So I have contract, sports, and criminals. So I always love jumping on and kind of give me a relief from the strain. You know, a little bit of golden days and a Peloton. So
with a collared shirt, just to make it even more random.
Yeah. Shout out to Ross.
Yo, I'm gonna dress up to get on my Peloton.
Wait, what's up? Ever. I said shout out to Ross, my ugly button up.
I didn't say it was ugly, but it is a button up.
No. I mean, for me, I'm not going outside in this.
How are you doing, Alan? What's on your mind?
Doing very well. Hello, Sharia. It's always
Hi,
good.
how are you?
Thanks for always being on or stopping in with us and
never going away, brother.
That's awesome.
We're always here. Yeah.
Oh,
it's because of you. I
man.
mean, without you, I'm not doing this anymore. If it's an empty room, yeah, I'm finding other shit to do. But so thank all of you sincerely from the bottom of my heart.
Word.
Alan, what's on your mind, man?
Man, I don't get hyped up about, fake runs, fake comebacks, and, fake success at the end of basketball games. And, when guys can just relax, play free, and do whatever the hell they want to do, and all of a sudden you're back in the game. You're like, whoa, what happened? That's fake. That's not a reflection of the real game. The 76ers kicked their feet up, relaxed, had ice on their knees, laying low, and then they were like, oh shoot, we got to play basketball again. You know what I mean? And so while watching this game, let me take a break. All right, so watching this game, it's just something that we've been seeing all season. Steve Kerr don't know what the hell he's doing, man. He's tinkering through 3 quarters. You're tinkering through 3 quarters, and then you find the 4th, and you're like, oh, something works. Yes, you're down 30, and your backups are fresh, and they can just run out there and hoop.
Not just that, Alan. You're not just that. Your backups are probably better than your starters, and they're fresh.
But we don't know this. And shout out respect to Pat. He's been getting a lot of love from this show. But I'll tell you what, Cleveland is going to add him to the scouting report. Okay?
Good call.
No
or
team,
good point. Yeah.
One thing we noticed with Pat, and I'll say this for Pods too. Pat and Pods, they both have the confidence of the coach. They can play free. They can play their game. And in fact, they're one of a few players who can actually play free, do whatever they want, put up whatever shot they want. And you look at a guy like Jonathan Kuminga, you want to know the last guy, it's like, well, he needs to work on his dribbling. But let me tell you what's going on with Jonathan Kuminga. Jonathan Kuminga is a guy, he has no role on this team.
And by the way,
He
sorry to
has-
interrupt real fast. I just want to let Aim Assist know that I also see you. It's going to be Aim Assist after you and then Showdoll.
Gotcha.
Go ahead. I apologize. I just didn't want Aim thinking I missed them. Sorry, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jonathan Kuminga doesn't have a role on this team. And when he's in the game, he don't get to play free. He never played free with this team. He's walking on eggshells. He's not confident. And that's a reflection of the development and the infrastructure of this organization. They do not have the infrastructure to develop a player like him, a uber talent, a guy that has all the skills that you can ever have, but the fear that we have a player that may come in and outshine Steph Curry. We don't have that. We don't have that. It's a lot of arrogance in this organization. It's a lot of guys out there that believe their job may be on the line or their shine may get pushed away. Man, I'm watching the game, and for some reason, I see JK wave a screen. Hey, give me a screen. Give me a screen. They look at the dude and go the other way. I see him wide open on one side, and he's waving, hey, wide open, give me the ball. They swing to the other side of the court.
Are you sure, though, that he's not pushing the player away? Because sometimes players will do that too.
No. I play.
So you see him calling for a screen, and the player's like, oh, duh, and they just throw the other
screen, and they. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if that's true, that would indicate that those players not having a good basketball IQ. That would be a definitive example of that. If you can't follow simple on-court instructions, including come here for a screen, you're missing something, I think.
I'm not gonna screen basketball IQ for any player on this team, because a lot of these guys on this team, well, a few of them don't have a role. So you can't argue and say, hey, this guy don't have IQ when this guy doesn't have a role. He's essentially just on the floor.
All I'm saying is if a player can't follow its simple instructions, maybe it's not a basketball IQ thing. Maybe it's just an IQ thing.
Listen, this team is in shambles, man. We know that. We know that. It's a slow bleed out, and it's been that way for the last 4 or 5 years. You know, Jimmy Butler's not on the same page with Steve. Draymond's not on the same page with Steve. Draymond Green don't play when Steph don't play. You don't think the world, you don't think we know what's going on? You know, like if we know, don't you think other teams know what's going on? Like we watch this team every day. We know they know what's going on.
You know, on a totally different note, VJ Edgecombe did not put up huge numbers tonight. He only had 10 points, but that kid's going to be special. Like Philly, bravo to you. I mean, you've got some insane pieces there going, but I don't know why I thought of that right now.
I'll say one thing. You really believe that they pulled Pies because he was allegedly having a bad game?
I don't know.
They pulled Pies because the noise from the other day when they were like, hey, Pat's gone, and you just brought him in when he was hot. They didn't pull Pie. They didn't pull him because he was having a bad game. That's because of the noise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're saying Kerr's just reacting to the criticism?
He's just reacting, man. Like Steve Kerr can't coach. I think the first guy said that. He can't coach. He can't coach. He don't know what he's doing out there. He's tinkering. He's been tinkering for 5 years, son.
Yeah. And again, the ATOs, when those are failing, and that's when I really get concerned. I mean, that's supposed to be like his sweet spot as a coach, is scripting these incredible plays. Yeah.
No one even mentioned Pat in this situation. Okay, Pat in the ATO, Pat was the inbounder. And of course he made a bad pass. That's the first time he'd ever been in that position.
I was questioning that too, Alan. I don't know, Sheree, if you were thinking that, but when I saw Pat as the inbounder,
I was confused.
It was like, if you're
expecting that.
Yeah, I mean, because my thinking was, if you're Steve Kerr and you're already willing to sub anybody at any time, like momentum be damned, like, then why not sub Pat Spencer out of that point and bring someone that you're confident in as an inbounder, not someone who's a two-way player. Like, is a two-way player supposed to be inbounding the ball at a moment like that? I mean,
who
I'm
would
with
you
you.
have had? Who would you have put in that position?
Who? Let me figure out who was there.
Well,
Tonight.
if you're gonna play, I would actually consider Melton.
Right.
I would consider Al Horford because
Yeah.
because having size as an inbounder is always advantageous. You can see
Al
better.
Horford is one. That's a good idea. That's a good.
I would.
but at
I mean,
the
it's got to
same
be someone who's a
time-
good passer, like
Passer.
so maybe Seth, just because he's a veteran who I trust.
Mhm.
But it would certainly be someone I have a lot of faith in, and not someone who is like, hey Pat, just go in there and do that, which is what I'm picturing that happened. Like Pat, you do this, you just do like and like no thought put into it at all.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Crazy.
but
Yeah.
the area about guys has been sitting down for 10 minutes straight, and then you ask them to come in, especially these old guys with stiff knees, and they've been sitting down the
But Al
entire
was in the game late though. He did
You
come
said
in
what?
late. But Al Horford did play late.
Okay, well, he may have been the guy.
Remember, like he came in for those free throws to try and get a rebound. Like so, you're right. I hear what you're saying. Like if you're an older player and you're sitting for a long stretch, and suddenly a coach is like, "Get in here!" Right. Those knees are creaking. You might hear some pops. But he got brought in the game, and he was the guy on the other right across from Quentin Post for that offensive rebound that did not get pulled. And anyways, it sucks. It just sucks. They lost this game because they couldn't inbound an effing
No, they
basketball.
did not lose this game because they couldn't inbound. They lost this game.
Well, at the end they did. I mean, but
well,
I
I
hear what you're saying in terms of the 48 minutes. Like,
I mean, listen. Once again, I called in the other day, and I was watching. When I was watching tonight, I had the same thought as the other night. I was like, the 76ers is not going to lose this game. They're playing with the game right now. They're not going to lose this game. You know, it's just a different. It's an arrogance about. It's a confidence when you're in there, and we're down, but they didn't look fragile at all. They didn't look like they were in frantic mode, like they didn't know what the hell was going on. You know, they just let They just let their foot off the gas. You know what I mean? It happens. I mean, listen, you can't. This is the pros, man. You can't just consistently blow guys out. I mean, it's just a mental thing. You get up by 30 and like, oh, this is a wrap. You know, you just mentally check out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's it is what it is.
I hear you,
But
man. It's frustrating. It's frustrating.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating, but Armand, like I'm going back to my quote, Armand, man. I mourned this team 5 years ago. Like when I
They won a title 4 years ago. Come on, man.
Yes, but check this outside.
Yeah.
If I'm lying, I'm flying. We were struggling that entire season.
It was by surprise.
Dude,
except for this show. But yeah, I hear what you're saying.
We
In the
were-
grand
listen,
scheme, it surprised a lot of people.
We were struggling the entire season. I'll tell you, when we found out we may have had something, when we had a guy who can come in and do Steph Curry when Steph Curry is out. Jordan Poole showed us something. In fact, obviously, he showed us something the previous year when he came out the G League, where he probably shouldn't have been. But he showed us that he could put up buckets when Steph is sitting down. And then all of a sudden, Wiggins started hitting the midi. And then he started, sitting down defensively. He was confident. And then we had something, and what's my man name from my hometown, St. Louis? Looked like
Who's on that team?
Yeah. He looks like Wilt Chamberlain. Who they call Wilt Chamberlain?
Oh, Otto Porter Jr.
Otto Porter, yeah.
I don't know.
Otto
He was
Porter.
from St. Louis. Okay, he was
So-
amazing.
So
He was. They don't win a title without him. I don't think.
Man,
Like he
Otto
was
Porter, he
instrumental.
started knocking but all of that happened late. I bet they didn't win. How many games they won that year? 40 something?
50. No, they won 53. They finished the year as a 3 seed. It was the start of the season that was key. They started the year 18-2, and this was back when Jordan Poole was playing on fire too, right? Because remember, Klay Thompson was not available at the start.
Yep.
He was still recuperating. So Jordan Poole stepped up, and Jordan Poole was playing damn good basketball that year.
Yeah,
People forget Jordan Poole's 6'5". Like he's got the size of a shooting guard. So it's not like they shrunk because Jordan Poole was out there with Steph. Like Jordan Poole has a physique. He's big enough to handle other larger guards, if you will. I mean,
long story short, but the theory on that season was like, okay, we're a little banged up, but if we get this right, if this guy get healthy at a certain time, if this happens. And everything just happened at the right time. And all of a sudden they turned on. And, I think Steph, Dre, and a few other guys, I think Steph and Dre, first time, like they came back first game of the playoffs, like they were hurt for like a week or two straight, and they end up showing up, and all of a sudden, oh, we're good now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, that season was tough. I mean, it was some exciting points in that season, but it was a strain in that season, and obviously the season before it was like, so we've been struggling for a long time. I mean,
I think it's safe to say it's been 6 years. This is year 7 of this team either struggling or underachieving. That's been my gripe for the last 4 years. Basically, every year since the title, especially, has just been a massive frustration, man. And I never once criticized Kerr, not once until 2023, because again, I don't know how I could not keep my mouth shut about that. It's like these minutes he was giving to Anthony Lamb and Ty Jerome. It was what are you doing here? I mean, Bob Myers is like, I'm gone. Like, what am I going to do staying here with this coach? Like, I'm out.
Hey, speaking of Ty Jerome, I saw Ty Jerome and Jaren Jackson Jr. hanging out in Santa Monica, like,
because the Grizzlies were in town. Is that? I'm guessing that's
probably
why.
what it. Yeah, I guess they may have been, but I saw them. They came out to a restaurant where I was at, and I was able to see Ty Jerome. He's pretty. I'm 6'6".
He's tall.
He's nearly my height.
He's 6'5", but it's just he's a turnstile defensively, and offensively he's not someone who is going to light it up. Like he's an old school point guard, right? And that's a whole other topic we could talk about in terms of a position that's become pretty irrelevant in today's NBA is a guy like Ty Jerome. Like if your strength is strictly being a ball handler / facilitator. And look, I know he's a really good 3-point shooter, but not at high volumes. Like he's a very low volume 3-point shooter. And he had that one good year in Cleveland that emboldened a few people to come out and say, see, I told you about Ty Jerome. It's like, no, you didn't say shit. And now in Memphis, once again, he's a bench warmer. You never see him playing. Memphis, by the way, is a shit show right now because like Jaren Jackson Jr. supposedly, would the Warriors be interested in him? Because I think
out.
You can trade for him right now. I don't know what the price is. I have no clue if Memphis would entertain it, but I do know that Memphis does not like playing Jaren Jackson Jr. and Edey on the floor together. And Edey's giving them some good minutes. And Jaren Jackson Jr., sure, you just mentioned that. I didn't heard that before. He wants out.
That's what they said the other day.
And I tell you what, Si, when I saw him, he's a true 7-footer. I know 7-footers. What I'm saying, I don't know what his number say. He's a true 7-footer.
Let's get the trade machine out. I'm curious now.
He's a big boy. He looks like he's 7 foot.
He's awesome. I would take Jaren Jackson Jr. in second. Man, I mean, he spaces the floor with the 3-point shooting. Fantastic defensively. I think he would be an ideal center on this Warriors team. He's an ideal 4 on most other teams, but you know how Steve Kerr rolls. So let's bust out the trade machine real fast because now I really want to see.
Him and Draymond are boys.
That's why
I did not know that.
They have a relationship.
Yeah, they're
even better. So, all right. So let's see. So So let's start with Memphis first. Jaren Jackson Jr. makes. He only makes He only makes $35 million. So let's turn the restrictions off. And let's say Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to the Warriors. What do you have to send back?
You're gonna have to send JK, and I'll tell you what.
That's fine.
JK will go. I think he'll love to play.
JK wants out. Let me rephrase that. JK does not want out of the Warriors, but JK does want out from being under Steve Kerr. Like that, I can confidently tell you. So let's say it's Kuminga and Podziemski, right? Because I feel like that has to be a package, does it not?
No, I don't think Pies is a Memphis Grizzly energy guy. I think.
So you're saying Memphis says no?
Yeah, I don't know. You know what they got going on down in Memphis. Memphis is like they have like a different attitude. You know what I mean? Like
I do. Well, okay. So first of all, if it is Kuminga, Moody, and Podziemski, green light.
It'd probably be Kuminga, Moody, and you may have to, but then you probably need to bring something back, right? No, they want to elevate Pat. So
you're getting no. Big picture, big picture. Pat Spencer is not a part of this. I know.
No. What I'm talking in terms of the roster, like they want to elevate Pat from that 2-way. And
maybe.
So, I was
Maybe
thinking
not.
roster construction. So
I wouldn't actually jump to that assumption. I don't know if they want to elevate him. Just because Steve Kerr's saying that does not mean that that's on the minds of the front office. I'm guessing the front office looks at Pat Spencer and goes, that's an awesome two-way player, period. Like, I don't think there's anything that goes beyond that. I could be wrong, but that's just my guess on it.
The way these dudes like guards, whenever I see a guard come through the turnstile,
it's Steve Kerr who likes the guards, not the front office.
I know. I forget about
and
that.
this. And again, he could have one foot out the door at this point. But okay, let's say for the sake of argument, the trade right now is Kuminga, Moody, Pajemski, and Memphis is going to clearly want more than just that. So we'll throw in a first rounder in next year's draft and a first rounder in the 2028 draft. Successful.
Who is it?
The trade right here.
Moody and Pods?
It's literally Jaren Jackson Jr. to the Warriors.
Okay.
The Grizzlies get Kuminga, Moody, and Pajemski and 2 first-round picks.
Dang. Okay.
I'm doing that.
Sheesh.
I'd do that.
I mean,
but see, now Paris brings up a good point. Don't forget Buddy.
Right.
Is there a second piece on the Grizzlies that we can also get back for Buddy Hield? Like, how about a Contavious Caldwell Pope?
I think Buddy may be a Warrior lifer, man.
Or dude, how about Brandon Clark?
You're not getting Brandon Clark, man. Stop that.
If it says if this website includes, it says, you know, let's not overcomplicate this. Buddy Hield is stuck on the Warriors. No one wants him. Be
But
happy with this trade.
I mean, you may be able to do.
It works.
Well, how much he earned? He's around what, $7 or $8 million?
Who's that, Buddy?
Yeah,
9 or 10. And
wow. So
it says right here, Buddy Hield. The worst part about Buddy Hield isn't the annual salary, which is bad enough. He makes 9.2 this year. He has 2 years remaining after this year, so he might not be tradable at all. Like they might.
Buddy's going to be there when Steph's out of there.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy
How the hell
to
did
think
Buddy
about
swindle that deal? Jesus Christ.
That was, I mean, dude. Not only that, Al Horford got a player option.
I know that part. He's of course going to exercise that.
Are you kidding me? Like, I remember talking to you. I was like, dude, like Al Horford was going to probably retire, but he was sitting away if someone was stupid enough to sign him.
Well, Bruce Wayne has this interesting take, and I don't know if this is true, but let's say for the sake of argument, you're right. Bruce Wayne, Bruce, love the work you do in Gotham, saying that Buddy does have a $3 million buyout next season. If that's true, I can guarantee that they're going to exercise that. I will put a guarantee on that. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, he's out. He's out after this year. That $3 million buyout will absolutely be exercised. But look, besides Buddy, that's a good trade. I'm not hating on that trade. If you can pull that off. I mean, would Memphis do it?
Of course, because listen, when
you say
the
of
Warriors,
course? You think Memphis does the trade?
Listen, when the Warriors played Memphis this season, and teams remember things, scouts are at games all the time. When the Warriors played Memphis, Jonathan Kuminga looked better than every player on their roster, including Ja.
And you also have, look, this is actually good news. You have someone in our chat, Rays CNUJ, is saying that that's too much for Jaren Jackson. I mean, look, if you have fans saying that, maybe Memphis does this. Maybe Memphis does do this.
It's that first.
What's up?
2 first-round picks. It's the 2 first-round picks. That's the problem. But really and truly, I'd get off Buddy and get Pat's brother. Okay.
Where is he at?
Oh, get Cam?
Yeah.
He's in
Is
Memphis,
he on this
right?
list? Is he have a guarantee? I thought he was a 2-way player. Is he guaranteed?
Is he a
Let's
2-way?
see.
I'm not sure if he's guaranteed. If
Oh
he's not
my
a
God.
2-way player.
Look at you, Sharia, and this nepotism.
I mean, I don't have a problem. I do not have an issue.
Nepotism all over the place.
Well,
Don't
look,
mind
I
it.
just included Cam Spencer. Trade's still successful.
Okay.
We
Now
got Cam.
You want to turn this into the Western Conference version of the Bucks, huh?
I mean, it's whatever it takes to win. Whatever it takes to win.
Now, the Jaren Jackson part of this, which is going to give Joe Lacob a little pause, is the fact that after this year, where he's already making $35 million, he's owed 4 more years at $205 million. So it is a commitment. Those two, maybe we change that 2 first-round picks to 1 first-round pick. Let's just make it next year's. How about that?
Nah,
Let's take one of those picks back.
I mean,
Let's take one of those picks back. I'm gonna withdraw a pick. The
Jaren Jackson
2028
is,
pick
I mean,
is
he's
gone.
still a kid. He's still a kid. So
I know. Yeah, I know.
So when
now
next
just
year,
one pick. Yeah.
Next year when Jimmy's probably gonna something's gonna happen. I'm telling you, the Jimmy and the Curse situation is gonna get crazy. Watch and see.
I hope it does.
So Jimmy, we're under the impression that Jimmy and Steph last season is next year, and the good thing with Jaren Jackson's contract, you'll probably be able to get off him because he's that young. He's a kid, and so if it gets muddy, you'll probably be able to get off his contract. Jimmy Butler, that's a hard one. I don't care if Giannis is available. You're not going to be able to move Jimmy for Giannis. They're not going to accept that. They're not going to accept Draymond Green. Because I don't know if any team will be. I don't think they'll be able to move Draymond if the Bucks pulled him. I just don't see that happening. So, it's an interesting roster, man. I don't know who's responsible for the roster construction of the Warriors, but this is a hell of a roster.
It's like
man.
him. It's like him. Joe's controlling that.
These guys have like 10. What is it? 10 guards now.
It's a lot. It's too many. It's like 8 too many. Hamza Kasim in our chat's asking if the Warriors make the playoffs, can we rely on Jimmy Butler to turn it up? I have faith.
Yeah.
I do. But that's just
guys.
me.
I mean, listen. Let's just pray for health. Like I don't care about turning up. I just want to make if these guys can get to the playoffs and be healthy, I'll take that. I don't care about turning it up. Just be healthy. Be available. That's all I want to see.
Well, I'm just relieved we found a trade that could work. Alan, any final thoughts before we bring aim assist, Chardal, and wrap it up?
No, man, we did some good schoolwork today.
Yeah,
always
we did.
A pleasure. Always great to see you, Sharia, and hope to get back on soon.
Alan, good luck with finals, man.
Hello, this is Miles.
Oh, hey, what's up? Is that what's his or her name?
This is Miles.
Hi, Miles. Oh,
he's ready to go outside. That's why he's getting on my nerves.
Hey, Daddy, I got to poo. Usually when they bug you, it's because they got to doo doo.
Yep.
Dogs can typically hold the pee in pretty good, but the doo doo, if that's got to go,
yeah, he's got to go.
He's got to go. All right, go let Miles out. That's precious. Thank you, brother. Always a pleasure. We'll see you soon. All right.
Yep. Easy.
All right, brother. That's Alan Day joining us. Let's bring on that silky smooth voice that reminds me of Barry White. Aim assist. Aim with the Pat Spencer image. Does Pat Spencer have a kid? Is that where that picture's coming from?
Yeah, it's pods, bro.
And it says pods.
Is that did you AI that shit? Is that what's going on there?
Yeah, that's AI, bro, for sure. Like I had to, bro. That's his little son right now, bro.
I like it.
But Cyrus, I got something interesting for you. I have a lot of comments. So you were saying Jaren Jackson Jr. I want you to guess the stat real quick. Why? So guess how many games Jaren Jackson has of 10 or more rebounds in his career?
Not a lot.
Well,
I tell you that.
Yeah, it's not a lot because I've heard that criticism of him before that he doesn't grab a lot of boards. I'm gonna guess number of 10 or more rebounding games in his career.
Yep, his entire career.
And he's
shoot
like
high.
year 7 now, or something like that.
No, it's
so,
year eight.
You're 8. Okay, so I'm gonna guess 5.
5? Well, he has 31, and
okay, all right. So
that's horrible. That's still horrible. Like that's
well, I mean, when you do it like a trivia, I'm gonna guess it's a very extreme number. 31 is still extremely low.
Yeah, that's terrible. Like
it is terrible.
Yeah, but he
does play good defense though, right?
Oh, he does for sure until it's late game and he gets a little lazy and just wants to sit there. But I was thinking about the Horford thing again at the
real
center
quick,
position.
Abe, real quick before you go to Horford. So are you saying that that the trade for Jaren Jackson Jr. is not worth it?
Honestly, bro, no. If we can get him for what you gave up, it is. But if we have to add a little more, I say nah. It's
Fair
not.
enough.
It's not.
So 1 first-round pick is 2 would be a little much, but
that's pushing it. Yeah, that's pushing it.
They'd have to take Podziemski. That would be a deal breaker for me. You're not taking pods? No deal.
Bruh.
No
Nah,
deal.
facts. But yeah, I touch on the Horford subject all the time. Yeah, I was thinking about that, and I'm thinking if this can't continue because I remember in the playoffs last year when they played New York, and he was just getting fried by any center that could shoot. And like I said again, the only reason why I worked with the Celtics is because first of all, the offense runs through JB and Tatum isolation, so he's pretty much reduced just to catch and shoot and just do elite screening. That's it.
Right.
That's really it.
Right.
But then I was thinking about how you was talking about TJD, and I'm thinking like, I don't know why we don't play him because honestly, he has every single thing we need in a center. He has rim protection, athleticism, he has the size. Yes, he does have games where it's like, yeah, he's trash, can't make a lay, but you got to let him work through the tinks though, bro. Like you can't just, like he has a bad game and then you just DNP him. I don't understand. Like I don't see how he doesn't see it.
Same philosophy aim with every young player. Like it's you can't treat any young player like this if you expect them to develop and grow. Like it's nearly impossible. The fact that Kuminga is as good as he is borderline shocking to me. Like people, like his haters say he's a bad player, which is insane. Like I actually think he's far better than he should be at this point, given how he's been coached. Because it's malfeasance, man. The way he's been treated it's malfeasance. I know it's not literally criminal, but Kerr should go to jail for this. It's vile.
It's crazy, and I really don't get the obsession with floor spacing because honestly, if TJD brings the athleticism and the rim protection we need, which Al Horford has zero at this point of his career, like he's old, and I mean he'll give you a block here and there, but I mean it's just not there anymore. If you can sacrifice that, bro, if you have to sacrifice the rebounding and everything for spacing, then I just don't want it, bro. Honestly, Horford shouldn't play. Horford really shouldn't play. TJD should be out there getting those minutes, and Horford shouldn't play at all. He should just be a vet. And Kerr, Side, the $3 million buyout for Buddy Hield is correct. He does have that. I looked it up, and that is correct. He does indeed have that.
All right. So there's an out. Okay, that's a relief. I did not know that. That's some great news right there. By the way, in the chat, someone asked about Jalen Duren in the trade machine, and we already talked about that earlier. The Pistons would not.
It's not happening.
The Pistons are not giving up.
Absolutely not.
It's not happening.
That's a dream. Don't get, and that's a compliment to Jalen Duren. He's that good. I don't see. Did you two see, by the way, Bobby Crazy Eyes Portis and Isaiah Stewart almost get into it? Like that would have been a real fight. Like 99% of these NBA like scuffles are just that. They're just talking, right? It's just two people who just are, in the moment they're heated but they have no intentions. Those two, like if you let them go, man, like one of those guys is going to lose an eye. Like one of those guys is going to lose a testicle. You might see a death. Like that would be a real fight. Am I wrong?
No, I don't think Bobby would have took it there. I watch him on Run It Back's podcast, and he has that energy on the court, but I think he's got a lot of sense.
But don't forget, Bobby Portis is the one who broke Mirotich's jaw. I don't know if you remember that incident a few years back with the Bulls.
And he knows not to do it again.
But what I'm saying is, let's say that's the inhibition is gone, and these two are just let loose. Like Isaiah Stewart has the advantage, size. I think he used to be a boxer as well in New York, but Bobby Portis is also a scrapper, man. Game, did you see that?
This is my first time hearing it. I got to see it.
Check it out. It didn't get to that point, but Bobby Portis was ready. And Isaiah Stewart held a fist up to his face, and supposedly he said, "I'm going to knock you out." And then Portis grabbed the hand, and it was about to get. If I was shocked about anything from that interaction, it was the restraint of Isaiah Stewart. Like he was shockingly calm. Like they walked him to the bench, and he went along. But those two, if they fight, I feel like that would be a real fight. Anyways, sorry, Aim, go ahead.
Yeah, well, that's crazy. Yeah, but Buddy Hield, man, Buddy Hield again, horrible. Can't defend anybody. Honestly, I mean, he had quite a good shooting night, I guess. But to be honest, Buddy can have like 17 points, be 100%, and still be a negative because he can't guard a soul. He can't guard a soul. I'm watching Maxey, bro. I'm like, bro. I mean, Maxey, he gonna score 30 on anyone, but it's like, bro. he's just manhandling you. Like, it's so easy and effortless. Like, there's no restraint. Like, I'm like, yeah, just put Kuminga in there. Like Maxi's just going at him every single time. I mean, it's just effortless, bro. Wide open shot after wide open shot after wide open shot. Like, he's a horrible defender. Like, terrible. Like, I don't get it. Like, he's terrible, bro. And then the Buddy Hield cycle isn't in effect because usually how it goes is usually at the beginning of the season, first 10 games, he's good, he's on fire. And then he's buns, he gets traded. But, I mean, he's been trashed the entire season. So, I mean, the cycle not even in effect. It's kind of in reverse right now. Like, when is he ever going to be good? Like, it's really crazy, bro. Have you heard of that side of Buddy Hield cycle?
I've never heard of that until now.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
KKS is taking offense to the disrespect for Buddy. But what I'll push back on is KKS saying that he had the best stat line. He had an okay stat line. Like Buddy Hield tonight played 25 minutes, 31 seconds, did hit 50% of his shots, but he also hit less than 30% of his threes. He was 2 of 7 from there. I don't know how he grabbed 8 rebounds to lead the team tonight, but that really happened. 14 points. Also had 4 personal fouls, did have 2 steals and a block. I wouldn't say the best stat line, but it was an okay night. Like, I thought Pat Spencer had a better night than him, but KKS, I mean, Buddy, it's Aim, you're absolutely right. Defensively, he's him and Ty Jerome are like in the same ballpark, man. It's that bad. It's that
Seriously.
bad. Like, I'm with you.
Yeah. Taking up for Buddy Hield is quite insane. Quite insane, but before I do go though, I was hearing the Quentin Post stat. I do like that, bro, but I mean, it is a little flawed because most of his minutes are against bench players, and he also just averages 16 minutes. So, you know, he's going to be high up there, but it doesn't really mean anything. I mean, if you're telling me Post is a better defender than Scotty Barnes, then you just talking, bro.
Well, those are 2 entirely different players. Oh, and look at that mic drop, like he always does.
Oh.
The mic is just bye. Great call as always. Aim. Chardol, how are you feeling, buddy? With another AI generated graphic, the AI thing, 0 return on investment, but it's kind of fun. How are you doing, Chardol?
Hi, Cy. I'm a big fan of your YouTube channel. You make some great content videos on the platform. As the Philadelphia 76ers take down
Chardol, you're not going to say hello to Sharia?
Hi, Sharia. How are you doing?
Shadow.
How are you doing today?
Doing well.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So, hi, Cy. I'm a big fan of your YouTube channel. You make some great content on the videos on the platform. As the Philadelphia 76ers take down the Golden State Warriors 99-98 in a game that the Warriors should have won. The Warriors should have won this game. I mean, this got out of their grasp. I mean, they had a chance of winning this game. They had that 1-point lead, 97-96. I was hoping that they would have they would have won this game, right?
Right.
But then Philadelphia Sixers had that layup, and then the game was over.
So frustrating.
Sai, what were your thoughts on the loss? I mean, do you think that the Warriors should have won this game fair and square?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the end of that game was torture. Shardol, how many subscribers do you have right now on your channel?
505 still.
So you're stuck at 505. All right, folks, go to SGA Sports Talk. That's the name of Chardol's YouTube, and hit that subscribe button, please. He needs it. He's aiming for 600. It would be an unbelievable gift. And speaking of gifts, by the way, a good time to shamelessly plug the fact that we have a store, and the holidays are here right now. All you got to do is go to YouTube, or if you're watching this and you can click on the QR, it's right there. That'll take you directly to the website that has our merch. Go check it out. And Chardol, tell people, how do they spell days? Because if you type in days at checkout, you get 10% off. Explain to the audience, Chardol, how the title of this show is spelled.
The merch store is in reference to the 1993 Matthew McConaughey movie Dazed and Confused.
Beautiful job, buddy. You did good. That was fantastic. Any final thoughts, Chardol? Before, yeah.
So, can I go over the scoreboard with you?
Of course. Oh, you want to stick around?
Can I stick around and go over the scoreboard?
I'll leave that decision up to Sharia. Sharia, do you want Chardol to stick around while we go over the NBA scores real fast?
Sure.
Beautiful. There we go. All right. So, so Chardol,
Sharia, I'm gonna be going to a Christmas party tomorrow. It's gonna be taking place at the San Jose Hilton in Newark at Valentine Drive over there. There's gonna be dinner provided. There's gonna be some dancing and there's gonna be a DJ. And the dinner options are beef tenderloin, herb roasted pan-seared herb roasted chicken breast, and a manicotti pasta with ricotta cheese and steamed broccoli.
Oh, good for you.
What is this event, Sherdal?
It's a Christmas party.
Who's hosting it?
My local dance studio.
Oh, you're making some good connections with that dance studio. Sharia, in case you haven't been following, Sherdal is learning salsa dancing, Latin dancing, just to develop that skill.
Oh, good for you. Good for you.
And the movie Along Came Polly, Sai mentioned that when I was on the show last time. That inspired me to get into salsa dancing by watching that movie Along Came Polly.
Well, good for you. I hope you enjoy yourself.
Sharia, have you seen that film? By the
I
way,
have not. I don't watch.
I love watching the scene with Philip Seymour Hoffman. It was hilarious because I think he was deliberately misbricking those shots for entertainment purposes only.
Probably was. And remember how he first introduced those other guys they played against? He goes, "Hey, what's up, you douchebags? You want to play?" And they're like, "What?" He goes, "I'm just kidding with you."
Yeah,
like,
the funniest scene from Along Came Polly was when Alec Baldwin, when he was playing basketball and he rubbed against his sweaty stomach and then he threw up onto the court.
Ben Stiller did, yes, yeah, absolutely. It's a great.
No, that was Alec Baldwin who played the sweaty guy who took off his shirt. The dude in the basketball scene who took off his shirt. That was Alec Baldwin.
Did not know that. Are you sure?
That was Alec Baldwin, the guy who took off his shirt. He was Alec Baldwin who took off his shirt.
Look at you dropping some nuggies.
That was Alec Baldwin.
I didn't know that. Now
you did not know that.
All right, good movie. It's a funny.
You told me about that movie, and you did not know that character played was Alec Baldwin.
I do. Do you love the scene, Char, at all, where Philip Seymour Hoffman grabs the pizza and squeezes the grease onto his own slice?
That's so funny. I watched that scene. I laugh at that scene every time I watch that scene. I laugh at it every single time. It gets me every single time.
Movie. It's a funny movie.
Scene. Along Came Polly.
Are we ready for scores?
Let's go. I'm ready to go over the scoreboard and wrap up the night with Sharia.
This score is outrageous, and I think it goes to show just how bad the Washington Wizards are. The Boston Celtics were visiting the Wizards in the nation's capital. Final score, 146-101, a 45-point victory for the Boston Celtics, who improved to 13-9. The Wizards dropped to 3-18. Sharia, you're in the mix in the East Coast. You're in between Boston and DC. What do people say about the Wizards? Do they even exist in people's minds? Are they that irrelevant?
I don't hear anything. Honestly, I don't. I really don't.
Hey, Sai, you know when I'm going to my Christmas party tomorrow, you know what character I'm going to be dressing up as?
I didn't know you were dressing up as
I'm going to be dressing up as Mr. Candy Cane. I'm going to be wearing a red and white vest, a candy cane bow tie, a red suit jacket, and red pants. I'm gonna be the embodiment of the Christmas holiday season.
Shardal, I'm gonna let Kurt Porter's question. I'm gonna redirect that to you. Kurt Porter wants to know if I like De'Anthony Melton's return, and I think he's being facetious. Shardal, did you like De'Anthony Melton's return?
As a Warriors fan, I really loved the De'Anthony Melton return. Back to play in Philly, the place where De'Anthony Melton used to play for before he got traded to the Golden State Warriors. So he was returning back to his stomping grounds.
Good knowledge. It wasn't a trade, but it was the team before he signed with the Warriors. Correct. Very good knowledge, Shardal. 3 more games on the night. The Utah Jazz 123-110 winners in Brooklyn over the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets dropped to 5-17. The Jazz improved to 8-13. Is that right? 5-17. Who is more irrelevant in the East Coast, Sharia? The Nets or the Wizards?
It's the same.
Sai, now I would like to transition over to talk about the San Jose Sharks.
Please.
So I watched the Sharks yesterday. They play the Washington Capitals. They got absolutely obliterated. 7-1. The Capitals scored 7 unanswered goals. and then the Sharks scored 1 goal, and it was a garbage goal, and it didn't even matter because we lost the game.
Sheree, do you follow hockey at all?
If I'm allowed to say, no.
Of course you're allowed to say.
I'm just being facetious.
But Sheree, let me ask you this. Have you ever been to a game?
No, I haven't. It's not my
All right.
thing. I mean, I've watched one game years
Here's
ago.
the thing. This is just my opinion.
Hey Sheree,
right?
if you've never been to a San Jose Sharks game before, Macklin Celebrity and Will Smith are absolutely killing it on the Sharks this year. I mean, Macklin is only 19 years old. He's so young right now, and he's absolutely slaying it right now. He's having fun. He had a hat trick the last game I went to against Utah.
The Mammoth.
You gotta watch.
What I wanted to say to Sharia and to everyone else in the audience, for that matter, is hockey, ice hockey, NHL more specifically, is the most entertaining spectator sport.
It is.
Meaning, it's fun to be at those games. It's cold.
I've watched it on TV, and it does
TV
seem
sucks.
fun. So I can imagine in person.
Yeah, the TV. No disrespect to hockey fans, but the TV product in hockey is just it's
Sheree, if you don't know anything about hockey, I could do a show. You could come on, and I could give you all the rules about hockey. I could educate you about the sport if you don't know much about it.
Oh, well, thank you.
Because I've been to so many hockey games myself that I could educate you. I've been to like over 4 or 5 hockey games overall by myself. I could educate you on hockey if you want me to educate you on the sport. I know everything about the sport.
It's very nice of you, Shardal.
I know about hockey. That's the only sport I know about. Like cross-checking, roughing. Roughing is when a player illegally knocks another opponent.
What's offsides, Shardal?
I don't know what offsides is. It's when. Okay. Yeah, but I could teach Sharia.
Two more games and we're done.
I'll be the hockey analyst.
The Lakers unfortunately won tonight. They beat the Toronto Raptors in Toronto 123-120 on a night when Luka Doncic did not play. He was attending the birth, I believe, of his second child in Slovenia.
Yep.
Which begs a lot of questions. Like, is the quality of life really better in Slovenia to have your kid there instead? Well, according to Luka Doncic, it is. And despite not having Luka, they still win. Austin Reeves, 44 points, 10 rebounds. 44 points, 10 assists in the win. Scotty Barnes, 23 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists in the loss. The Lakers improved to 16-5. The Raptors dropped to 15-8. And one final game. The T-Wolves in New Orleans. Sheree, have you ever been to New Orleans?
No, I have not.
You're missing out. Shardal, have you?
I've been to New Orleans. It's an amazing city. I love the history of New Orleans. Beignets are my favorite. Let's do a show right here.
The hype of beignets, it's no joke. It lives up
Sharia,
to
let's play a game here.
No.
Beignet or nay? You think Zion Williamson's gonna be is gonna be on the Pelicans? It's gonna be on the New Orleans Pelicans.
Shardal, say your final thoughts. Final thoughts, Shardal.
So viewers, make sure to like and subscribe to Golden Days Inside in reference to the 1993 Matthew McConaughey movie Dazed and Confused, and subscribe to the SGS Sports Talk channel. I'm at 505 subscribers. I'm 95 subs away from 600. If your viewers could go over to my channel and hit me up and subscribe to my channel, I'm trying to get to 600. I'm already past the 500 subscriber mark. Now I need to get to the 600 mark, then 700, then 800, then 900, then 1,000.
Shardal, you're amazing. Have a great night, all right, buddy? Am I gonna see? Are you gonna join us again? Well, tomorrow we have 3. This is the first of 4 straight days. Actually, 6 straight days, because we had Rick before, then another show before that with the post game. So, are you gonna join us for all the shows? Are we gonna miss you any of the nights? Like whether it's with Armando.
I'll be joining you I'll be joining for all 3 shows.
Oh, wow.
If on my YouTube channel. Okay, you want to join me if I do play-by-play for a Warriors game? Do you want to join me and we can do play-by-play and then?
I wouldn't stay for the whole thing, but I'd join you for a sec for a few minutes.
But I think you have a great sense of humor. You're hilarious.
Thank you, buddy.
You put a smile on my face every time things are not going right.
It means a lot.
That's what I really like about you. You're hands down the greatest person that I know. You're kind of like a friend to me, really.
Thank you, buddy. And look, we're all friends.
And you went to you were a professor at San Jose State University, and I'm a proud Spartan myself. So I always love talking to a professor who still teaches at San Jose State University to this current day.
I don't know how much longer. I mean, it's colleges are dying left and right, but
I would
love teaching, I'll do it.
I would love to meet you. Do you think you'll have time when I can come in your office?
Hopefully we'll organize a Golden Days party at some point, and then
I want to come in your office. Do you think that are you free when I can come in your office and talk to you? You know, when you're not teaching.
We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. We'll
I would love to come in and talk to you, because I want to see how your office looks like.
We'll talk about it. Shardal, have a great night, all right, buddy?
Hey, I'll see you for the other three shows, but it's always great it's always great coming on the show, and I hope you have a great rest of your night.
You too, Shardal. That is the great Shardal Gupta, who has the SGA Sports Talk channel, always bringing some spice to the program. Sharia, I really do genuinely mean this. You're missing out if you've never been to New Orleans. It is one of my favorite cities in the world, and that does not include Bourbon Street. Avoid that part of town. The rest of the city is magical. It is. I would literally consider living there. I really would. The humidity probably is a struggle, but
right. I grew up in the South. I grew up in South Carolina. Remember, so. So
you got your fill of that, but the culture of that city is something else. It's not like South Carolina. I promise you that. It's but the humidity part, if you're sick of that, then yeah, I get
done.
But just go for a visit. Go in the winter because it actually gets kind of cold, so you could bundle up and not worry about sweating your balls off or otherwise. Sorry to be gender specific there. But the beignets at Cafe Du Monde. Oh, it's so rare for something to live up to the hype. And New Orleans is one of those rare places where it actually meets expectations and then some. It's just a good place. Great food. I hear what Jen Lena's saying, though. It's too hot down there. Not in the summer. I say 9 months out of the year. That's what
in the winter, I guess it's different. And I've heard about the beignets but yeah, the heat, the South, I'm like.
I hear you. Go in March. Pick November or March. I'd say one of those 2 months. It could work out, but if you don't want to deal with the heat. Anyways, we're done. Any final thoughts, Sharia?
No, look forward to tomorrow's show and, look forward to the Cavaliers.
That's who they play next, right? Saturday?
Yeah. Yeah.
The chat's just making me laugh. Shardal is such comedy.
I know. He's a gift, isn't he? He's such a gift. And I mean a gift as far as a present, He's a gift.
Shardal, we love you, buddy. And Sharia, love you platonically, obviously, but you're an unbelievable part of this program, and it's always a delight when you join us. Crazy game. The shocks weren't off, but that was, my God, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
All right, well, we'll see you when we see you again. I know you're a busy person, but if we see you Saturday, looking forward to it. If not, maybe Sunday. If not, whenever you join us, always looking forward to it. It's always fun. Are we good? Are we done?
We are good. We will see each other Saturday.
Beautiful. You have a good night, everybody. Take care.